You guys actually see it more visually, but I don't know if this is better. If you guys prefer the mobile compared to the, I don't know. Maybe you guys like this one version. But thank you so much, hon. I do appreciate it. Thunder. She used. So you wait. You use Thunder. Yeah. Yeah. All the sounds are off because I don't pay for the thing anymore. Love and appreciate your friendship bond as well. Oh. Wait, it was Thunderstorm you said you used for your mods, hon? Yeah, it was Thunderstorms. Thunderstorm. That was the second time that was brought up to me. So I guess it might be a good program to use to do mods. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. It's not looking too bad. It'll look better than this. Make it nice and thin, nice and good. All right, let's get rid of this fragments here. The one thing I hate when I'm doing my drawings is, especially when I'm doing digital, is fragments. I hate fragments. They piss me off. The most annoying thing to deal with. What was the mod that you was using anyway for repo? That made it so fun, because I know you said you hated it at first, but now you sound like you like it.
Moore's Mall Cafe says these headphones are amazing.
Yeah, they are. They cancel a lot of nonsense. Now I understand what I mean by cancellations. They cancel out stuff. I never really understood what that meant, but now I figured out what that was, I think. Oops. Yeah, I'm on YouTube right now, guys. I'm on YouTube. We moved from the computer onto the mobile. For those who wanted to watch on mobile. Hello, everyone. Those for coming in. I hope you guys are having an awesome day.
Aaron E. Charts says fancy.
Fancy. Okay, let me see. Okay, there we go. Now we gotta fix this part here. It's like a broken piece. You gotta line it up with the arm, and everything will look great.
Moore's Mall Cafe says Robo.
Robo. Okay. That's good. Oops. Okay, pretty good. Now let's fix the legs. I think this is the best looking robot I've ever drawn so far. But then again, I can only get away with that because I'm kind of using the symmetrical tool, so I don't have to do all that extra work. But I think it's coming out pretty good because all the years of me doing like sketch art, I've been watching it. Just... Really? Oh, question: is it stuttering or having issues on this phone? Because I'm using my old phone. I try to avoid using this phone for YouTube. Hello. Okay. Okay. Good. Good, 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 good. Good, good. Goody, good, 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 good. Yay. Let's go. Actually, this doesn't make sense. Okay, let me... You have to make sense out of this because it's not like... You have to conventionally make... The one thing about drawing robots, you can make them look really cool, but if the functionality doesn't make sense, it's gonna... It'll look like a transformer, don't worry. We gotta get the overall idea first. This is why I didn't call this the final act or anything. I'm not line arting it. Looking for anything I can make it look as easy as possible to understand. And then I will change up all the stuff to make it look more. The only reason why it looks more Metabot is because if you look closely at it, Metabots are more, even though they are robots, they have more softer looks compared, like softer, a more soft, rounded aesthetic compared to like Transformers. Transformers more hard edged. Metabots are more like soft, hard edge. So that's where I'm going to make the changes once I get the overall idea done. And then I'll make any adjustments to all of this and then add what I need to add. Oops. Okay. Okay, good, good, good. Now I gotta do this part. Do what I can. I'm kind of surprised I'm doing this off my head. Okay, like that. Give it more 3D aesthetic. And more rational. Oh yes, Eric, you do have what do you call it? You do have a hero because I gave it to you for free. Because TikTok gave me the ability to give it for free. I did not know I can do that. So I was just testing it out, so it actually works. What's wrong? Hello. Not to Okay, like that. Okay. And the pelvis, knee, a bit of work too. Okay. Okay, like that. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. I forgot, is there a mouth? Does this thing have a mouth? I need to fix. Bam. You know, Mora, I thought at first when you said I have work job for you, I thought you meant like a character, not a fucking robot. I was like, oh. You know I do not dabble. Robots are not my specialty. You know this. I told you this.
Aaron H. Arts says back to work I go. Aaron H. Arts says toodles.
I thought it was for your other account. I was like, damn it. Toodles, later, Harry. This is all rewind to me. To me. Mega Man. Hello. Oh. So evil. Hold on. Expectations. Oh, well. Alright, hon. I appreciate it, hon. Sexy robo. Thank you, hon. I appreciate it. I was kind of wondering what the mod was, but maybe next time. Okay. Alright. Okay, that's enough music. I kind of want to listen to something else. I want to listen to this. One of these gotcha games is coming out. It's not that. Okay, let me see. I'll put it right by here. I think I should start giving these anime games more of a chance.
Hi, welcome back. Gacha games come and go, and with one of the best gachas I've ever played recently turning into one of the worst I've ever played, I'm on the mission to search for a new gacha game to play. When looking at all the upcoming releases in 2025, you'll realize that 2025 is one of the biggest years for gaming in a very long time, with huge releases like Subnautica 2, Silksong, Doom: The Dark Ages, and even GTA 6 all happening in 2025. And for gacha games, it's no different, with a lot of releases also happening in 2025, or otherwise a lot of news for future releases being announced in 2025. Today, I've got a list of the most hyped gacha games releasing very soon. Now, there are a couple games on this list that don't have finalized or even preliminary release dates, but they still have a very bright future if the devs do them right. Before we start though, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this in the future, and join the Express Red Discord server for a lovely gaming and anime community to hang out with, and participate in many giveaways and events with rewards of your choice, and also for pictures of my cat. Now let's get on to it. The first game we'll be looking at is possibly the game I am most hyped for on the list, which is Arknight's Endfield. It's an open world RPG with similar combat mechanics to a game like Wuthering Waves. Griffline, or Hyperglyph, already has an amazing track record with the OG Arknights game, from a not very predatory gacha system that has very little FOMO and power creep, to a great story experience of flawless gameplay for—
Can someone please explain to me what power creep is? I've heard this term a lot, but I don't know what that is. What is power creep? I've heard this term thousands of times, but can someone please explain to me what is power creep is? What does that mean?
anybody who enjoys tower defense. Problem is, not many people do enjoy tower defense, and so Endfield is their solution to that. If Griffline follows the same philosophy with Endfield that they followed with the OG Arknights, I think we'll absolutely have the gacha game of the year on our hands. Possibly even of the decade, but that may be very optimistic. If we had the gameplay quality and experience quality of Arknights, combined with the same genre and premise of games like Genshin and Wuthering Waves, it's almost guaranteed to be fun. Arknight's Endfield is coming out August 30th of 2025, meaning it's around 4 months and 14 days away, and I'm counting down the days that I will be able to experience a game like that. They have the budget to create a great experience for everybody, and since Endfield is made with Unity, the likelihood of bad optimization, especially for PC players, is very low. Endfield looks very promising, from their character design to their animations to the dev team's track record, so it looks great, but there's more to come. The next game on the list is coming very soon, releasing June 5th of this year, which is Etheria Restart. It is a turn-based RPG, and if you, like me, just quit Honkai Star Rail and are searching for another turn-based game to play, then Etheria Restart seems to be perfect. I pray this game is the Honkai Star Rail killer, honestly. However, I have a lot of concerns about this game, the first of which being its very heavy focus on PvP. Although it seems to counterbalance that with the fact that a lot of PvE modes are available, as well as character dupes being completely banned in PvP modes. And while that sounds great, the fact that it has a focus on PvP also means that we'll eventually probably see a lot of power creep starting to creep up. If that happens, then Ethereum Restart will just be another transitional game for those who don't like power creep. While being PvP doesn't instantly set the game's destiny to having a lot of power creep, it's the most likely path, so we'll have to see how Ethereum Restart handles this. Either they introduce lots of niche playstyles with lots of downsides and upsides and they balance everything well, or they go the greedy route and sell their characters through power creep. I'll of course be trying out Ethereum Restart, and you probably should too. Aside from my PvP and power creep concerns about the game, it does seem to be promising, and if the devs do avoid these issues, we'll have a great game on our hands. Next, we've got Azure Promelia, which just released a new trailer a couple days ago.
Oh yeah, I remember Sayel brought up this game many times. It's some type of like Genshin Impact Pokemon type game. Ish type game. It's kind of like Pokemon but with Genshin. That's it.
People went wild for it. They unfortunately didn't announce a release date, but if I were to guess, Azure Promelia is releasing early 2026 with possibly an open beta in late 2025. Obviously, people are screaming the meme of Genshin killer with this game, but we've seen Genshin survive like 2 Genshin killers so far, though your shields prove to be a formidable opponent. Obviously made by the Azure Lane devs, it's an open-world RPG with scantily clad women. This game does have the very huge possibility and risk of being very goon bait, so if the Azure Premier devs do go that route, the game will be losing a huge part of their prospective player base. While Goomers and Gooners are a force to be reckoned with when spending a ton of money on anime waifu PNGs, the casual player base who isn't parasocial like that doesn't really appreciate it, and I honestly don't either, except if it's Cantarella or Nana. If they do go the route of lots of NSFW stuff, then the only people that will really play this game are Nikkei and Azure Lane players. But if they don't, then they will be cannibalizing a lot of players from other games, or at the very least catching their interest. I will be trying out Azure Premier for sure, but I personally don't have much hope for it being a game that catches my interest for a very long time, unless they do something very unique. Next on the list is Neverness to Everness, one of the biggest and most hyped on the list. NTE is an open-world action RPG, and the setting for this game looks really good. It has unique visuals and a unique art style. The characters look very expressive, and the world as a whole seems very alive, with many little details that tie everything together. You can even drive cars! We got Gacha GTA 6 before GTA 6. Actually, this game is most likely releasing in the third quarter of 2025, so it's coming after GTA 6. We got GTA 6 before Gacha GTA 6. The combat looks very smooth and looks very enjoyable as well. The only problem I see with this game is how graphically intensive it is. While that isn't really a problem, it does mean that people with lower-end devices have way less access to it unless the low graphics settings make up for that. It has some insane lighting and reflections, and if you're not able to disable those, then lower-end devices will be able to run this game. Having very good graphics is both a positive and a negative in the case of a game like this, so they should definitely tread very carefully when crafting the visuals, and make sure that it's optimized for lower-end devices as well, not just higher-end. You shouldn't be hard luck from experiencing a game just because your itty-bitty potato laptop has an integrated graphics card. Other than that though, this game looks great and very promising. If they give a great story and gameplay experience, it will no doubt be a chart topper. Next up is another very hyped up game people are looking forward to. For a while, Project Mugen had no news after its first trailer, but in 2025 it was rebranded to Ananta. I would also put the ballpark for its release around early 2026. I do not expect this game to be out before February of next year. The game first of all looks very good, definitely not as graphically intensive as NTE, but as we mentioned, heavy graphics aren't always a positive. That's not to say it also doesn't have insane looking lighting and reflections, but just not as much as NTE. Its overall style reminds me a lot of ZZZ, since they have similar urban world building, but it's also different in the way that it's obviously open world, and the world is insanely large. It's going to take a lot of optimizations through map loading sequences to make this game run well, and for a game hyped up this much they have to perform very well on their launch, or else it could end up being another Tower of Fantasy situation. From what gameplay we have, the world is very interactive and very immersive. There's a lot of parkour which seems very fun. The combat reminds me a lot of Zenless Zero for some reason. Both of the games have very animated and cartoony combat.
Oh, so like, if I have to, maybe I'm getting this wrong, but like, tell me if I'm wrong. So it's like, the old cards that came before, like in season 1, were pretty good, but now season 2 comes up, all the other old cards are useless, or by season 2 or 3, all the old cards are just totally useless. If you got the new cards, therefore you're pretty much out of luck, because it's best to get the better new cards. So pretty much pay to win, to a degree. Because you can still use the old cards, it's just like they won't be as effective as the new ones. Is that what that is? If I'm understanding that, I think.
But in a good way. Overall, I'm pretty hyped up for Ananta, but just like NTE, optimization is going to be very difficult for both of these games because of their insane looking visuals and their massive worlds with lots of interactability. If we circle back to the start of the video, a game like Enfield has much more wastelandish style world building, kind of like Wuthering Waves, but by contrast to Wuthering Waves, it is built in a much more stable engine, Unity, so I have a lot more expectations for Enfield's optimization. A turn-based RPG like Ethereum Restart is a lot easier to optimize because turn-based RPGs have a lot less room for error when it comes to coding. As you can probably guess from how many times I said the word in this video, optimization is one of the most important things a game can provide, because no matter what genre you're a fan of or what game you like to play, if the optimization is bad, you're just most likely not able to play the game at all. So all these upcoming games do have to focus a lot on it, especially as graphics become more and more intensive in games like Ananta and NTE. Other than that though, I have nothing left to yap about here today, so Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this in the future, and join the Express Red Discord server for a lovely anime and gaming community to hang out with, as well as participate in many events and giveaways, and for pictures of my cat. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.
Okay. Interesting. Only gacha games worth playing right now in 2025.
Choosing a gacha game is like speed dating in a burning building. Every character is scorching hot, you're sitting there confused, you're making terrible decisions that could have long-lasting
I don't know, Arknights is kind of speaking to me. I would go back to Zenless Zone Zero, but it just feels like a child chore to go back. But like, Genshin bores the shit out of me. I don't know why. I'm not saying it's bad, it just bores me. It's not a bad game. I'm just bored. I don't know why. It just feels like a lot. I think that's just a me problem, I think. I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
ramifications.
Same thing with Wuthering Waves. They kind of bore me both. Both Genshin and Wuthering Waves. They just feel like the copy and paste of the other. Just Wuthering Waves is a lot more, I guess, more better in art style, I guess. It's not as anime. Is that the right term? It's anime, but it's not as anime as like Genshin. Hello, Taki.
Gacha games dangle gorgeous waifus and husbando sultry cat girls with galaxy eyes, chiseled knights with velvet voices, or smug villains who make your heart do illegal things. The promise of fun gameplay lures you in like a neon-lit arcade. What starts as a fresh adventure turns into a maniacal grind fest where you're stuck farming the same dull stage for eternity, chasing upgrade materials that drop once every apocalypse. You want a story to make you feel something for your characters, but gacha plots are a deranged roulette of disappointment. Half the time it's a snooze fest about a generic hero saving a bland fantasy world with dialogue so wooden your waifu deserves an Oscar for enduring it. The other half, unhinged, nonsensical word salad. And this is where I come in as a bit of a gacha connoisseur myself. I think I'm adequately qualified here to deliver you guys a list, an objective selection of gacha games that I think defy the norms, that offers something different, something better. So strap in, because this is going to be quite the ride. Now, before I go ahead here and blow your mind in ways you didn't even thought were possible, let me take a moment here to introduce you to today's sponsor. Arknights is a fantasy-themed strategy RPG mobile game that is arguably one of my favorite games on the entire platform. It just rolled out its epic 2025 thank you celebration side story, I Portatore dei Valuti, which I guarantee you I butchered the name of, running from April 24th through May 22nd. The new event takes place after the conclusion of the previous Il Sudokusano side story, detailing the power struggles and intrigue surrounding the carnival in a newly built city. This is a limited time event that rewards players with some insane goodies by clearing the event stages, completing tasks, and redeeming rewards from the event store. There are numerous 6-star operators. Lapland, the Decadenza. Lapland is an insanely popular character. I actually used her for the longest time. And now we get a brand new version of her with a completely new look. She uses drones to control the battlefield with powerful arts damage. Crown Slayer is another 6-star operator and is attainable free by completing Programma della Parada missions. Yeah, free. Vulpes Foglia is the final 6-star operator introduced. The mother, yeah, I kid you not, the freaking mother of Suzerain, and will be featured in the story associated with the event. Logging in during the event will reward you with a limited free temple. There is a sign-in event that nets you a sick outfit, furniture, orandom, elite materials, and more by logging in for 10 days. And seriously, so much more. Guys, legit, just take a second here, scroll down, and download Arknights right now. Experience the special side story, grab epic 6-star operators, and claim your sick rewards. Seriously, don't miss out. This is too big to miss. Now let's go ahead here and jump right in. My daily routine consists of approximately 8 different games. 10, I guess, if you factor in new releases or gacha games that I'm actively recording to do dedicated videos on. The one singular game. Okay, there are 3 different games that I've played every single day since release. The first is Nikke. This is the game that I've logged into and played more than any other. I've cleared like 19, 20.
Bro, I I would jump into DK, but I know for you know what, bros. I know that TikTok has been kindly asking me to play Nikkei, like low key. You guys don't know this, but they do send me messages to play Nikkei for money. But I was like, I don't know. I get that moment like Knuckles from Sonic Boom. I don't know. Is that such a good idea if I do this? Because if I start playing this, I don't think I'll stop playing this. I don't know. Because that one anime character from Nikkei, the one with the thicky one, the very thick looking blonde haired one with the covered eyes, that one probably I've played the most for very obvious reasons. But I'm just like, oh no. Stop them! I don't know. Because they've been constantly asking me to play Nikkei. And I've been kind of... They're all thicky, but that one particularly are thick in all the right places. If you get what I'm saying. But like, I don't know. I said to myself, should I play this game? I'm going to get nothing but backlash for this. But you know what? Maybe I should. I'm getting paid for this. Also, if I'm going to get backlash, I'm going to get paid for doing this. So I might play this because TikTok's been constantly asking me to play their game in the gamer incentive program. I think it was Nikkei, and I think it was Arknights. This is why I'm watching this, so maybe we can play these games and actually make some money off this, or something like that, and do some videos on it. Not just repo and just doing absolutely all this for free. So we'll see what we can do. That'd be fun.
Brightroclose says the story is pretty good.
Nikkei or Arknights? Or are you saying both?
20 different chapters. I've cleared up like 16 different hard mode chapters. I am level 460 something. I have spent
says
way
Nikki
too much money on this game. And it arguably
Okay.
has some of the best item combat, some of the greatest looking character models, one of the most developed.
Wait, isn't Nikkei just for the phone? Isn't it just for the phone alone? I think. Oh, okay. That's what it looks like. Oh, it has breasts. Okay. So it has to look like this.
Brightroclose says should be for PC too.
So it does have breasts. Okay. Jesus Christ makes appearance on PlayStation Store much earlier than anticipated. I don't know about that one. Who the hell?
Brightroclose says seen I'll play it a few times.
Wait, the red and white. I can change stuff. Remember, this is still a concept. I can just make changes to it now since we know the height, the size, the eyes. I think the eyes should be changed a little bit. I think they're a little bit too spaced from each other, but I did move them, so it may not be totally in sync, but we will make changes to it. Oh, wait, it goes like this. It's kind of like, I hate when this is in. And then, like this. Kind of like that, but kind of more of a slant up. Oh. It saves me a lot of time doing all that crap. All right.
Worlds with an incredible narrative, phenomenal voice acting. It is incredibly free-to-play friendly. They reward you so much during every anniversary. They provide you so much with every single event, and these happen monthly. This game right here is my #1 gacha game. It is the gacha game that I would recommend to anyone that wants to play something fun, rewarding, and very casual friendly, because at the end of the day, that's what gacha games are for. They're here for us to play 5 minutes a day or 5 hours a day while you're at home, in bed, on your couch, or while on the toilet taking a dump. The second game, coincidentally enough, and this is completely unrelated to my sponsorship, but the second game that I have played more than any other gacha game outside of Nikke is Art Knights. And that is because, much like Nikke, this game has incredible characters, a phenomenal story. It's a strategy game that offers a degree of difficulty that no other gacha game that I play regularly offers. It challenges you intellectually. It brings you to almost the brink of frustration sometimes, because there are just boss fights that are so difficult, but then the reward, the satisfaction you get after successfully conquering a feat that is that grand is just incomparable to any other gacha game out there. This game is the pinnacle of tactical strategy, tower defense, combat, and gameplay. This is by far one of the best gacha games out there. Absolutely no contest. Not only are they generous, not only is it also incredibly fun, not only is the gameplay challenging and the game challenging overall, the voice acting is great, the narrative is fantastic, the character models look great, but they also update incredibly regularly, offering lots of new mechanics that are, interestingly enough, introduced and also differ quite significantly to other game mechanics per event.
Retroglow says, oh yeah,
also
did
per
you finish
story
C's?
chapter. You can tell a lot of effort, a lot of passion
No.
went into this game.
Finished is a very coin term. I should get back to Z though. I don't know. You know what bothers me about Z? The reason what Z bothers me is like, and I don't think everyone had the same complaint. The issue I have with Z is it's the hub in general. I hate doing those stupid date
Retroglow
things.
says, my fault, I meant have you played it since?
No, I haven't played in a while. Since last time we restreamed it. The problem with me when it came to Z was the hub in general. I didn't like I had to do those stupid like those slice of life type missions. I just like getting back into the fight and staying in fight. Ugh, that annoyed me beyond anything. Oh, and the TVA sometimes annoyed me too, because I feel like it was just a waste of my time trying to get to the actual fight. It would annoy me not beyond anything. I think they said they made some changes to it, but like I don't think it's like all that big. I know that it's still there, but like, I don't know. I know there's new characters, there's new stories and all that stuff, and this is the problem with this gacha game type thing. It turns into a One Piece situation where if you're not up to date playing this game currently, like from the beginning up to a certain degree, if you don't even stay around for the last 1 to 2 seasons, you're pretty much behind. And then it ends up in this situation where it's way too much to get into, and you don't have time, or you really don't want to do all that shit because you're still behind. Now, if you have a friend, I don't know. I don't think, unlike Genshin, you can play with a friend. I don't think you can play with a friend on Z. I don't think so. I don't think there's a multiplayer aspect, except I think the little arcade thing. But I think that's a leaderboard thing. I think, but I don't know.
And with Nikke too, admittedly. The third gacha game that I have not missed logging into since it released, Wuthering Waves. This right here is the best action gacha game out there. I know some of you are like, no, sticks, no, Punishing Grey Raven, no sticks, Zenless Zone Zero. Sure, yeah, no, those are good games too, but no, Wuthering Waves, that's my #1 action game right now. Beautiful world, easily the best open world gacha game, easily the best action gacha game. As of 2.0, some of the best voice acting in gacha with Carlotta, Canarella, Phoebe, Zani, Brand. So many incredible voices, so many incredible characters. A beautiful world that's only continuing to get better looking. Incredibly generous developers, incredibly generous game. This game right here with its story, its narrative style, and the world, the free flying feature, the ability to run up walls, The fact that they've implemented and offered so much for free rewards you for playing, whether you're a paying player or a free player. There's almost nothing that I would criticize about WoW in its current form. Maybe back at 1.0, sure, but not in the form it is currently in right now. Another game that I've been playing a lot of since it released literally like a week ago, Black Beacon. This right here is essentially kind of an amalgamation between Reverse 1999 and Punishing Gray Raven. It's got Reverse 1999's themes, its narrative style, its I believe also its cast of voice actors, while at the same time having a combat system that is akin to something like Ether Gazer and Punishing Gray Raven, while being more open areaed but also instanced as well. This game came out of nowhere. I've been covering it for a while, but man, has this game been an experience that I did not expect. This, hands down, has been one of the best releases of the last year. This is a breakout hit. It's beautiful. It's well told, well voice acted, with fun combat. I just wish that it also had a PC client, like a native PC client, and we didn't have to use a Google Play beta client to play it. That is literally the one single drawback that I think is holding the game back from truly excelling. That is very strongly inhibiting it, but you know what? Like Punishing Raven, like Ether Gazer, like many gacha games out there, I'm sure they will remedy that some point down the line. Girls Frontline 2. Okay, you know what? I've actually found a fourth gacha game that I've logged into every single day since it released. Now, admittedly, Girls Frontline 2 has only been available for like 5 months, 6 months now, so it's not nearly as long a period as Nikkei Wuwa or Arknights, but I've not...
Wait, isn't Girls Frontline Nikkei? Is that the same fucking thing? Isn't that in the same universe? Isn't that the same thing?
Today, logging to Girls Frontline 2 either. It's very addicting, honestly, and it's also very easy to do daily. It's very casual friendly. Admittedly, not at all free to play friendly this game. Let me tell you, the financial investment to get the characters you need in this game is more than any other gacha game that I play. And admittedly, I would not say it is at all worth it, but I still spend money anyway because the game itself, the story in Girls Frontline 2 is really good. The characters are some of the best in the genre. The level of culture that is present in this game, you will not really find elsewhere. The things you can do with your T-dolls in this game and the things that you're going to be able to do further down the line once we catch up to the Chinese version are going to be very different to what you can do in your average gacha game. Reverse 1999, which we also discussed a minute ago.
Tell me you're trying to be a salesman. I'll tell me you're trying to be a salesman. Bro's trying to really sell this to you. Oh, that must suck, like, bro. I'm trying to sell this in a way that I can at least get the fan base on check, but like I can't say what it is because we all know what it is.
Has arguably one of the best stories in the genre, one of the best told stories, one of the best vocal casts that you will encounter. It has fun turn-based, card-based combat.
Crazy.
It has
Bro
great
really
visuals,
trying to sell that.
Great camera.
And you saw his face. He's like, "You get to do what you want with your whatever." He said, like, in ways that you didn't think you could.
Characters, and overall, I feel like it's relatively casual friendly as well. But where this game truly excels is its story. Like, you could make a movie out of this. You can make a TV series out of this. The story is overwhelmingly good. Almost better than any other gacha game out there.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when people try to convince me that a gacha game is good and its story is good, sometimes I don't believe them because it feels like you're trying to hard sell me the story. Like, okay, I understand that if a story is good, that's great. But when someone says it like that, I feel like it's not as good as they're trying to claim. It just sounds like you're trying to give me a hard sell on something. Just because we all know most people are going to make an assumption why they're actually playing this, but like, it's just like, I'm not saying it's not good.
Brightroclose says fair point.
But it's like okay, it's like someone going up to you and say, watch Jujutsu Kaisen or watch what do you call it, Hunter x Hunter. The anime is good, bro. It's good. It's pretty good. That's it. But when someone has to emphasize it's good, it's so good, bro. It's good. And you see nothing but anime titties on the screen. You're like, Is it though? Like, I understand it probably is good. The story must be really compelling. A lot better than what I'm thinking, but Jesus Christ.
Brightroglow says yes lol.
It's just crazy.
Genuinely 100% being completely
Like, I believed Brian when he said it to me, because, like, well, the story is actually really good, to be honest. When he says it like that, I'm like, okay, at least I it's not just only for that. It feels more believable when you say it like that, because I already have a preconceived assumption of what I'm looking at. But when you say, well, no, the story is pretty good, to be honest. Like, I know you might be thinking why people are playing it, but that might be true, but the story's pretty good. When you say like that, I believe you. When you try to hard sell me saying it's good, right? When you have to say it like that, I think you're bullshitting me. You're bullshitting. You're trying to sell me something, bro.
unequivocally honest with you. This right here, if this were the basis with which all gacha games had to meet the standard that they had to meet moving forward, the gacha genre.
I know Brian plays a little of these games, so do you play any of these games, Mike?
Would evolve. It would become something so much better than it currently is, because this game defies all logic by being a better
says, yeah, you come
story
for the
than
plot
you would
and stay
think
for the plot.
possible. Especially when you compare it to Hoyo's stories, which are a dozen hours of just yapping. This is a dozen hours of telling an enormous, eclipsing, overarching story.
Oh god,
that is
bro, stop.
beautiful. And it's just, you have to experience it to truly understand how good it is. Another game that you really have to experience to see and understand how good it is Guardian Tales. It doesn't look the best, it doesn't play the best, but this game right here is a callback, a throwback to the old Legend of Zelda games. This is a quirky, this is a comical, humorous gacha game that does not take itself seriously. I think it looks good. I love the little anime sprite aesthetic. I love the combat. It's very fluid, it's crisp, it's beautiful. The story is insanely good. There
says,
are
haven't heard of this
memes
one.
just being thrown at you left, right, and center. And it's just, it is so much fun. I don't know how.
You know, when someone, like, the more he tries to tell me how good something is, the more I'm not believing him. It's like, how much are they paying you, bro? They must be paying them. It must be paying you a lot, because it just, you know, when someone's overreacting or just being over the top with it, it just seems like he's being a bit over the top.
Brightroglow says, reminds me of a stream game.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of not exactly this, but it reminds me of like Gaia or something.
How so many people have passed on this game.
Yeah, it just sounds like, sponsor talking. It just sounds weird.
Very few people that actually know have played it. It's unbelievable, yet at the same time, it's an unbelievable game that is of a quality in its own category. You will not find another gacha game in the genre that is like this, that is as good as this at what it does. Punishing Raven is another phenomenal gacha game. I'd say it probably has the second best action combat in the gacha genre, and I know it's gonna upset a few people. No, Sticks, Punishing Raven's better than Wu. That's perfectly fine. You know what? You can think that, but I think Punishing Raven has incredible.
It reminds me of Gaia, but it's not exactly.
Has some of the best
Gaia is
character
more
models.
of a. It looks more like a platformer, based on how it looks, but because it's a top-down thing, how the game was looking in that game, it just gives me Gaia vibes. In that sense.
And the best
Hard to
characters
explain.
overall, like gacha as well. I mean, have you seen some of these characters, like Alpha, or some of the newly introduced characters, or the codings for some of the characters? Oh my god! Now this is a hub game, which means that it's not open world. You can't there really isn't much to explore. You run in very small, condensed.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's you went through the same situation I did. I played them and they were fun at the time. The honeymoon phase lasts for like a month, and then after that, it just feels like, I don't know. Yes, it's kind of getting on my nerves. I might change from him, because like I don't like that.
It's little linear rooms, but the gameplay is just so good, is so complex, so deep, the characters are so diversified, and because it's not a massive open world, they can focus on the things that matter in this game, like the story, like the character models, and like the combat. This is, I think, the pinnacle of what a hub gacha game has to offer. It is arguably the best at what it does. And those are the gacha games that I think are worth playing in April 2025. If you're looking to start a gacha game right now, these are the gacha games to play. You have action games, you have tactical games, you have open world games, you have narrative driven games, turn-based games, games that cover a plethora of different genres.
I don't mind games like Zenless or Genshin or Weathering Waves or even Ananta and all these games. I don't mind them, but after a while they kind of get boring pretty fast. I think I would play games more like Arknights because I like to use my brain. Maybe I'm just older now and I just want to use my brain instead of just mindlessly just attacking things half the time. So playing a game that makes me think and strategize is more fun to me than me just mindlessly killing monsters in a field openly just to get experience points. I think it's more fun when I play games where it makes you kind of think. And that's weird because I don't like turn-based strategy games growing up as a kid. But maybe it's just, maybe because I'm older now, I'm just tired of doing the mindless thing because all the games feel kind of the same to this degree. So maybe playing a game like Arknights would be better for me. Yeah. And the grinding part. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that part really gets on my nerves too. So I was like, you know what? Nah.
Genres, you cannot go wrong starting with, at the very least, one of these games. Once again, huge shout out to Arknights for sponsoring this video. If you have not already, I urge you to go ahead, to click that link down in the description and the pinned comment below. Download Arknights. Join in on the fun.
I understand. Hold on, let me change it. No, I don't like how he was selling that to me. It didn't feel genuine. It feels kind of like he was just literally being a door-to-door salesman trying to get me to sign up on his emailing list. I'm not saying he's a bad person or anything. He's just trying to make a buck. I get it. It's what he makes. It's his money. But like, nah, I'm not feeling that. Let me see. What is that? I'm looking for like, maybe I might play more Arknights. I don't know. I have to check what TikTok is telling me to play so I can check it out because they actually play Marvel Rivals, but that's gonna end in a couple of days. Let me see. It will censor its characters. Disney will censor Abu Dhabi theme park. No. Okay. The problem with Twitch.
Brightroclose says I don't know much about the game, but check it out and see how you feel about it.
And Genshin Noelle was my... Oh, Noelle was my favorite too. Because she was... Yeah, I actually liked her. I actually liked Noelle as well. I think I only liked Noelle not because of her character, but it was like the voice actor. I actually liked the voice. Let's see here. This looks interesting.
Promotion, where we give an honest and humorous review of popular sponsorships on the platform. To celebrate the success of the channel, we finally get the online therapy service BetterHelp. These videos are not sponsored, so it would really mean a lot if you consider liking and subscribing.
Is this a touching grass thing?
Genshin Impact is an open-world action RPG game available on PC, Android, iOS, and PlayStation 4 and 5. Step into a vast magical world now and start your adventure on the
Oh my god!
Is it horrible?
7 kinds of elements.
Well, since the world's soul has been sucked up by the great Dougal in the
Yeah.
sky, everything is so depressing that
I
there's
don't
no
know
real
much
point to
about
going
the
to
game.
therapy
But check
anymore.
it out and
Since
see
I got
if
the
you
go
feel
now,
about it.
I
Wait,
might
what
as well
game was
try
that?
the game he's talking
Reminds
about.
me of
It can't be
a string
that
game.
bad.
Wait, what was the game? I never heard of this one. Wait, which one, Bri? I'm sorry.
Paimon, 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 Paimon is Paimon, 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 Paimon.
Oh my god.
Paimon.
Ah, it's gonna be one of those games. Genshin Impact is a free-to-play open-world action RPG. It was released in 2020 and developed by Chinese-based studio Hoyoverse. Their bread and butter is free-to-play anime-style games, which have all been pretty frequent sponsorships on the platform. But for today, we'll be looking at the game that started it all. Genshin may not be as widespread of a sponsor as something like Squarespace, but they've left a mark by sponsoring some of the bigger channels on the website, which has not really went well for many fan bases. For how much praise and love this game gets, there's as much hatred towards it as well. Apparently it's because of how addicting it is, and supposedly having a very cursed fan base, which definitely led to some people being disappointed in creators for taking them as a sponsor.
He's a molester. He's a child.
Hey, boy. Hey.
But because of their sponsorships from massive YouTubers and mixed reception, it makes Genshin Impact one of the most provocative subjects I've reviewed. But since the world's soul has been sucked up by a 1960s British stop-motion dog promoting the game, I guess it's finally time to give this game a shot. This is Genshin Impact. We open up on the beach and are given some exposition. Apparently we fell into this world called Taviont, and when we try to get back home, we encounter this god that calls herself the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles. We defend against her attacks and are given the choice to either play as Ether or Lumen. After we pick one and give them a custom name, the goddess traps the other sibling in this cube. We try to save them, but we're unable to, and she sends us away. Our main goal for the game is to save our sibling and get back home. After the exposition, we're introduced to fuck! This is Paimon. She's the game's mascot, who becomes our companion for the entire game. She's very similar to Navi from Ocarina of Time, with being able to guide and speak with us, but somehow even more annoying than Navi. Instead of just a simple, hey listen, she's fully voice acted, and no hate towards the voice actress, but she has this really annoying voice that gets really irritating, yet in cutscenes she talks the most,
I don't know how much
with dialect trying to be cute, it just comes off so forced. Honestly, if I was on the beach and Paimon wanted to be my guide, I would just act dead.
Yeah, Paimon really owes you for that. Otherwise, Paimon likely would have drowned. So Paimon will do her best to be a great guide.
After we meet Paimon, we're able to learn the controls. Then we walk over this hill and are introduced to the world of Taviont. And this is just Breath of the Wild. Yeah, this game takes a lot from another Zelda game, Breath of the Wild. From the glider, the stamina mechanics, the slightly sci-fi temples, to even the more cel-shading look. Actually, Hoyoverse did admit that they were heavily inspired by Breath of the Wild, in particular the open world, but years later they also stated that the constant comparisons to Breath of the Wild, and many thinking it was just a clone of it, did leave a toll on the developers. I don't think people should be even more stressed at their jobs, but I do think some of the comparisons are fair when you take this much stuff. Like, yeah, there's something wrong with being inspired, but then there's just taking, because this feels a little bit more than just being inspired. But I would also agree, it's not really stealing either. Genshin Impact does have a massive open world that has some areas that are visually similar to the ones from Breath of the Wild, but it's a lot more structured like a traditional open world game, with set missions and side quests, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There are some great games that use this structure, but is Genshin Impact better than the newer Zelda games?
What are you talking about?
One thing that is very different from the Zelda games is the combat. I don't play a lot of RPGs, so this comparison might be totally wrong, but the third-person perspective and the focus on having multiple characters kind of reminded me of the Tales games with the camera angles of the newer Final Fantasy games. But
Why are you talking
nowhere
like that?
near as good as those games. The combat
Bro,
is
why are you
dull.
talking like that?
Not including the dash, there's 3 combat buttons, a normal attack, an elemental attack that takes a few seconds to charge, and an elemental special, which every character has a unique one.
Bright Robust
That
says
sounds really
LMAO.
You
good.
noticed that, right?
But
He was talking in this weird, like, it's not a question, but yes, the answer at the same time. Why are you talking like that?
after playing the game only a little bit, the flashiness wears off, and it just doesn't become fun anymore. Like, yeah, the controls mostly work. They're not bad, but they're lifeless. There were way too many times where I spammed the normal attack button and won. Most of the fights just feel like you're pressing buttons, and you're only going faster if your level is higher. Which, yeah, that's technically
Retro
most
says
games,
like it's a
but when that's what
question.
you feel,
Yeah,
it makes
it feels
battling in these
weird.
fights boring. And oh
It's
my
like oh god, I don't know if anyone's seen that meme, that cringe meme of that black guy who was like on the phone with his girlfriend, on his phone, I guess with his girlfriend or a girl that he likes, and his brother was in the room, and he was pretending to be like an anime character or something.
Bright Close says reminds me of that Family Guy scene.
But like, it's like he was talking to a girl on the phone. He didn't know his brother was behind him, and he was like something about having not having. You know what? I'll find it. Hold on. Let's play. I'll
My
find it.
gosh, I wish they also stole the Z targeting button from Zelda as well, because there were way too many times where my attack aimed to a different enemy than I was hitting, and it takes a second to target back to the enemy you were initially hitting. A majority of third-person action games have a Z targeting system, so it feels a little awkward that it's missing here. One thing I do like about the combat is some of the features of the elemental powers. Each character has at least one of 7 elemental powers, which allows them to have moves and specials based off that element. That's okay, but what's really interesting is that if you switch characters, you can mix elemental powers for unique moves, like mixing ice and water to freeze an enemy. And even individually, the characters can have elemental powers that can still affect the enemies in interesting ways. Like having fire burning a wooden shield. It's not a fully original idea, but it definitely makes the combat have a little bit more depth to it. I just wish that the elements were the major focus of the combat. It is a little bit later in the game, but the main focus is still just pressing buttons. I just wish there were more creative elemental combos, because right now the combat just feels like a button masher. Now, since we already mentioned the characters' abilities, another feature of the game is the large roster of characters. When doing research for this video, most people online either loved the character designs or thought they were too whitewashed, with some characters apparently having a skin color that was way too white, quite literally. Now, this section is probably going to be the most subjective part of this whole video, but personally, I think the designs are fine. Most of them just feel like generic anime tropes, and a couple designs are a bit too over the top. Which, yeah, I know that's coming from me, the guy that has a poster of an almost naked anime cat girl, but a lot of the designs in Genshin Impact are a tad soulless. I think it might have to do with the eyes. Some of the characters have this really blank expression that makes them look like they're dead inside. You can also tell the designers tried to, highlight certain features, but I actually really like a couple of the character designs. With my absolute favorite being Kaya. I actually like his blue and purple color scheme, and his design actually shows his personality, so he doesn't look dead inside. Most of the time the character designs can look bland, but they have a few glimpses of being charming. Oh god, not like that!
Hello.
What you looking at, perv?
However, you can only get a few characters throughout the story. The rest are behind one of the most controversial parts of Genshin Impact, and the reason why apparently it's so addicting. The gacha mechanics!
This dude started talking about Genshin horribly, so I kind of wanted to hear it.
If you want a specific character, you have to spend this currency called Fate. You click one of these billboards, and you get this animation of a blue shooting star. And
why is he talking like that?
It could be the character.
Oh my god!
Wanted,
Stop
but it can also
talking
be
like
a
that.
different character, or more likely, it's probably just going to be a weapon, or even more likely, it's going to be a weapon that's not that good.
From the US.
If you press the button to spend 10 fates at once, it says it guarantees that you'll get one thing that's a higher star count, which determines how good the item or character is, and you'll be able to tell by the shooting star that's purple. But if you only use the option to use one fate, it may take a while to get a purple shooting star, and if you eventually get one, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll get what you wanted. This is basically gambling. The outcome is always randomized, and with the ability to buy fates through a currency you gotta spend real money on, makes the system closer to something you'd see from a casino. Now,
Okay,
I
I'm
know
not
what some
trying to be an
people are gonna
asshole,
say.
but I'm really not trying to be an asshole at all. But like that talking, that's the way he's talking is pissing me off. I don't know why. It's not cute. It's not funny. It's just really annoying because everything he sounds like it sounds like a question. Oh yes, I know exactly what I know exactly what Brian meant when he said that one Family Guy scene. That's a perfect example. Stewie and Brian on the couch. All right, do you think? Okay, let me see. Like time travel. You said this one?
All right, Brian, you can do this. You can dump her. Because once it's done, never again will you have to listen to her talk like this.
Yeah, be safe.
Bright
You know, where
Rocklose
everything
says
has
she
a
talks
question
like
mark
this,
at the end.
ends everything with a question.
Yeah. It was this. I think it was one of them.
Done, never again will you have to listen to her talk like this. You know, where everything has a question mark at the end of it, with an upward inflection at the end of every sentence. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, damn it, now I'm doing it too.
See? That's what it sounds like. An
Bright
upwards
Rocklose
inflection.
says, yeah, that one.
That shit is pissing me off. I'm like, bro, talk normal. I understand you're trying to. I know some YouTubers do this to have a specific way of how they talk for their audience, but this is one of those annoying ones. Kind of like how Chills does his thing. I find it funny because it sounds funny how he talks. Because it's not even the inflection. It's just the overall talking, and it sounds funny. When this dude does it, it just sounds like you're just being an
Bright
ass.
Rocklose says number 9.
Number 9, Burger King foot lettuce. It sounds funny. Like, I don't know. This is
Well, that's
annoying.
not real gambling. You don't have to buy fates. You can play through the game and get primo gems, and then you can exchange them for fates. Which, to be fair, I did get a few characters this way, but that was because of I didn't realize you
and
could
then my
spend
lesson on
primo
that
gems
one.
until hours in, so I was able to spend all of them at once. B, this game really wants you to keep playing, and one of the ways it does that is to offer you free primo gems. And C, after all those means were exhausted, I just grinded for hours, and then getting a bunch of gear
But
I didn't
the difference
want.
between the Daily Dose and Internet and Chills is that Daily Dose says like something real quick. This dude is talking. Like he's literally yapping, and it's like everything is a upflexion type response. It's just like you're saying it in a question, but it's not. You're saying it, but you're saying it in the form of a question.
Just for a few characters, with one being pretty easy to obtain, and with the other characters I got, they were fine, but not the ones I really wanted. You need about 160 primo gems to get one fate, and you only get about 5 primo gems if you do certain things around the map, and they always have these special events where they have a character for a limited time, so you either have to grind in that time period, have a bunch of primo gems saved up, or spend real money, and you still gotta be lucky. If it was just skins, like CSGO, like yeah, that's still a pretty addicting system, but it being characters that have unique playstyles that are heavily marketed for only a limited time, that's much worse. Actually, Hoyoverse had to pay $20 million to the FTC for selling loot boxes to children and collecting their data. So now you can't make in-game purchases if you're under 16 unless you have a guardian, and they did have to delete data for users under 13, but they still have data for players over 14. Also, Genshin has been criticized for not having great security, so I know the stuff monetization is common practice for free-to-play games, and there are full-price games that have these practices as well, but that doesn't mean Genshin should be off the hook. It's nearly impossible.
Yeah. Or vice versa. Kids who have actually no, it's quite the opposite. It's for kids who wants to buy because they have no patience to do it that long. Nowadays. Kids, I believe, have lack more patience, even though they have more time than that of adults. I see him with my little brother. He does it all the time. He asks his sister all the time. He asks his sister all the time. Like, he'll ask her for Fortnite. What do you call it? What do you call those things? Fortnite Gem. What do you call it? Oh my God, V-Bucks. Because he doesn't want to grind.
Brightroclose says, yeah, we had to grind back in the day.
I miss those days.
Brightroclose says versus Bucks.
Yeah, it's just like he asked for V-Bucks, and it was like, bro, you have actual time. You can just grind out the battle pass. Just grind out the battle pass. It's just like, I said that to him, and he got mad. He got a fucking attitude with me. I was like, bro, just grind out the V-Bucks. He said he doesn't have time for that. I'm like, what time you do have? You have no job.
Brightroclose says, cough, cough, my nephew.
Like, that's crazy. Damn.
To unlock everything for free, unless you spend thousands of hours, and most of these characters are timed events, so it's triggering scarcity tactics. People have wasted serious money on this game. Just because it's free doesn't make the use of gacha practices less predatory. I wish Genshin would just have a battle pass system, which there technically is one, but simply it's very
this type of talk sounds like the Valley Girl talk you hear in California. Oh my God, I hate that type of talk. I hate the Valley Girl talk.
Bad. I know battle passes have been overdone, and it has made some games worse, but Genshin Impact is designed to be played for hours. Just charge $20 to $30, give like 3 to 5 characters and a bunch of weapons, and make the player unlock them with unique side missions. It would actually be better gameplay-wise.
Like, what was it? It was Trixie Tang's friend, the blonde one that didn't like Timmy Turner, but low-key did like him. I forgot her name. Trixie, I think. No, Trixie Tang? No, I forgot her name. The blonde one. She really liked Timmy, low-key, but she hated him that she liked Trixie.
And morally, because right now, you basically have to go for a slot machine that can be free if you grind a lot. If not, pay up. One thing that is really good about the game is the music, which is headed by Yu Peng Chen. He's a composer who mostly does television and films, and you can really tell because the music of Genshin has a really big...
Bro said punk. It says peng. Where the fuck did the K come from? He said punk. It's peng.
Grandness to it. A lot of the music is actually performed by some highly established orchestras around the world. I've been using a lot of the music in this video. It's a really nice soundtrack. It's probably the only part of Genshin I would call genuinely great. But some of the tracks do sound like they're from Zelda.
Yeah. Bro's lacking skill issues, getting caught out by Mora, bro. Tiffany. She's actually a variant?
I've been mostly showing the PC version, but there's a few ports for the game. While I'm recording this, it's on iOS, Android, PlayStation 4 and 5, and the Xbox Series consoles. It is a crunchy looking game on mobile. It's not as detailed as something you can see on a home console, but this is still the full...
What? Wait, what? Hold on.
Genshin and the recording this, I've been mostly showing the PC version, but there's a few ports for the game. While I'm recording this, it's on iOS, Android, PlayStation 4 and 5, and the Xbox Series consoles.
Bro, Genshin's on Xbox? What the hell? When did it come to Xbox? What the shit? I knew it was on PlayStation way back when. I knew it was on obviously. I knew it was PC, obviously. But what the fuck? When did it came to Xbox? What the hell?
It is a crunchy looking game on mobile. It's not as detailed as something you can see on a home console, but this is still the full Genshin Impact experience. Finally, a game that fits my surroundings. I thought the reason why the combat wasn't great and lacking a Z targeting system was because it had to be on the phone, but even on mobile, the combat just feels lifeless, and they could have totally had a button to change enemies. Also, this game works better with a controller. It's fine with a touchscreen, and I think it works better than something like the GTA games on mobile. But the game feels more natural with real buttons.
Bro, why do you sound like a fucking tutorial? You sound like an NPC, pissing me off.
Hitting the screen over and over can be really irritating. If you bring the game outside, either bring a wireless controller with you, or better yet, just don't play it and enjoy your surroundings.
Oh, okay. Wait, didn't she like Timmy?
Okay, we got really ahead of ourselves. Let's go through the story.
Oh, like an actual fairy? Like an actual fairy, like from Fairy World? No, we're not
The
doing this.
worst thing about this game is not the combat, it's not Paimon, not the questionable character designs, not even the gacha mechanics.
I bet you he's going to say it's the fan base.
It's that the game is so boring.
Thank you! Thank you! The game is boring! I'm not crazy! The game is fucking boring! It's boring!
After I got to level 20, I realized that this game is
makes
not
sense.
interesting. And certain parts of the story, you have to be a high enough level, which means the pacing drags on. The gameplay loop is not.
Oh, and you're not gonna one thing I hate. This is one thing I hate about these games. When they try to put lore in the menu screen, where you have to go read about each character and each specific thing in the world and all that, I have no time to read none of that shit. Unless there's a ChatGPT button that's I'm gonna press. I ain't reading that shit. I ain't reading any of that shit. You're wasting your time. It better have someone narrating that shit, because I ain't gonna read it. I'm too fucking lazy to do it. I don't got time to listen to a bunch of hoopla.
That's fun. Most of it is walking around, slowly grinding XP, finding enemies, which are usually the same ones over and over, get their chest, fight the occasional boss, which they also repeat, then find a teleporter. The same for hours and hours, which yeah, I know that's what happens with most games, where it's the same gameplay loop for a long time. But the reason why most great games work at their core is that the gameplay loop is good to begin with. That you can still have fun playing with it even years after you stop playing.
I ain't
initially.
doing it. Sorry, I
Genshin
can't.
Impact, even after 15 minutes, I want to stop playing. The core gameplay is either walking or teleporting to an area, so it can be a slightly involved button masher, and not a great one at that. This video was supposed to be the 5th episode of Just Another paid promotion, right after Display. It's been almost a year since I've released that video. After 2 weeks of on and off playing, I just dropped the game. I didn't want to keep experiencing it. It's not the worst game I've ever played, but it's so empty inside. When initially playing the game, I had no clue why so many people were apparently addicted to it. Like, really?
The one thing I liked about, I would at least say, the one thing I liked about Red Dead, what made Red Dead fun, oh shit, hold on. What made Red Dead fun for me was that you never really, everything was, fuck, what is wrong with, okay. Oh, wait, no. Hold on, guys, 1 second. I don't understand that. That is so stupid. The one thing I liked about Red Dead is that when you go off and you're just fucking around, the one thing I liked was when you get hunted by other outlaws, or you run into an outlaw that didn't like you or something. So like, you know, the gang that you have beef with, if you run into them, they will fuck you up.
Brightro Close says bounty hunters.
I love the, yeah, it was the one, I love that because it made it feel real. And I like when you kind of piss off like the whole like a town, and if you get in trouble, you can skip town and go to the next town. But your ass will be in grass if they figure out that you're the guy from the lower town down the street causing trouble. I like that. That was kind of fun.
This is your addiction?
Brightro Close says free
Even though I've
money
made
and bullets
fun of
for
it
you
in the
all.
past, I get why League of Legends is addicting. There's so many unique
Oh, yeah.
characters.
for me. And then sometimes if you just kind of like screw off, you can run into like a cinematic situation, kind of like what GTA did, GTA 5 would do. Or GTA 4 actually first, I think, started doing this, where you can just kind of like run into a NPC, not really know what the hell's going on, and then you get yourself thrust into a mission for like no reason. It's like a side mission, but it makes things interesting, makes the world feel like believable instead of just like the funny thing about Genshin, it's very formulaic. Like, you know where the monster's gonna be, they're over there, and you know certain bosses or mini bosses will be over there. With something like Red Dead, it's kind of randomized. You're just because you went in one section doesn't mean that same enemy is gonna be there anyway. Like scripted to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. With this game, it's literally like playing Jack and Daxter to a degree. When you first play, like if you play Jack and Daxter, the first one, it's pretty formulaic. It tells you in a linear sense of where everything is to a degree.
There's competitive and cooperative play, and there's so many ways to tackle the same map. In Genshin, like, yeah, there's stuff to do, but it's mostly the same typical stuff in any open world game, or it's just not that fun to play. The reason why people are probably addicted to it is just because of the gacha mechanics, and yeah, that's still a big problem. And I still think, just because other games are monetized like this, doesn't mean Genshin should be off the hook. But oh my gosh, I've experienced this crap way too much. I've seen the same type of hyper monetization before, so every time I see it, I just think it's lazy. Why should I care about spending money in this game when hundreds of other games are also trying to take my money as well? Now, I don't think people who are sponsored by Genshin Impact are bad people. Predatory mobile games are a common sponsor on the platform, but having hard proof that Genshin was targeting children, and knowing that some of these channels have a big chunk of their fanbase being children, I think it's fair to question creators when selling games like these. It doesn't make them bad people, but they should be more mindful on what they're selling to their fanbase. Genshin has these daily challenges that can help you gain experience points and primo gems, and I hated doing these! They were the same couple missions over and over. Just go over here, beat these group of enemies, or help this villager for about like 4 times, then go back to town and
oh my god,
reward.
yes.
It's such
oh
a
my god, that shit was stupid, bro. Bro, whoever thinks that is fun, you have no sense of adventure. That shit is ass. Oh my god, I hate being a fucking gopher to some stupid NPC I don't care about. Some nameless, brainless NPC. That shit is crazy. I hated that shit. That shit pissed me off. I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I playing this game? I'm not even fighting a monster. I'm doing some stupid errand for some stupid NPC. Like, no, I don't care about this crap. That's just ass. Get the fuck up out of here.
Time waster. It just makes the game a chore. I do like the look of the world. It reminded me of old online kids games, which, yeah, I know that's saying something, but it can look really nice. And I do like how some of the towns are based off Chinese architecture, but it can be a bore to walk around. Most of the memorable areas are just the towns, but the rest of the world is good looking, but it's way too big and there's not a lot of stuff you can do in it, or at least anything that's original to Genshin. One location I do like is the Spiral Abyss. It's the most difficult part of the game. It involves going through these floors, which each one has 3 chambers that have a different objective to complete, which get harder and harder. Just like the rest of the game, it's not the most original idea, but it brings a good challenge, and it actually makes the combat more interesting, even though most of the scenarios feel the same, and it's definitely more of a cool bonus, instead of something that makes the game great. Like most RPGs, you're able to level up your characters to be stronger, but after only a few hours, you stop leveling up the way how a majority of RPGs work, aka gaining XP from fights. It becomes you need these books to level up, and you do get some books in fights, particularly in bosses, but most of them come from exploring the map, which can be counterintuitive when you have to go to areas with higher level enemies. And there's 3 types of books, which is a bit tedious, and you still have multiple characters to level up, so in a different way you still have to grind. There's nothing wrong with having an item level up your character, but having it as your main way of leveling up is stupid. It just feels
oh
like
my
the use of
god,
books
that's stupid.
was a way to fill up more time. Genshin is trying its damnedest to be a forever game. Most of the complaints I had were probably intentional, so people can waste as much time as possible.
Yeah, when I found out the best way to level up is getting stupid items to level up, I'm like, why? Why can't I just like kind of grind out and kill as much monsters as possible like a normal RPG? Why do I have to do this shit? This shit's stupid. And it's like what he said, to pad out the game as long as possible. I'm like, Jesus Christ, no. No one's gonna do that. That's dumb. When I figured that out, that's maybe even more, made me don't want to play the game even more. I'm like, what the hell? Like, damn.
Without needing the gameplay to evolve that much, which has definitely worked on some people, but for me at least, the padded out runtime was just too much. Again, it's not the worst game. There was a few times I enjoyed my time with it, and gameplay wise, looking at it technically, it's not bad. The controls work, it performs well, and it's well animated, but when I got to the bottom of it, it was just a drag to still play. I'm guessing the reason why people love Genshin Impact is its story. I've been told in comments when I've teased this video that this is
Bro, if you right now ask me what is the story of Genshin Impact, I can't fucking tell you. I'm sorry, I can't tell you. I really don't know. The only thing I kind of know is that you was somewhat of a demigod thing going on, and then you got warped to this world, and you need to get back home. I guess, whatever. That's pretty much it. But everything else in that crux of it, I was not paying attention, and I don't care for it. I don't know.
Deeply emotional story with great characters and some incredibly rich lore.
What are you talking about?
This is just a typical fantasy story with some anime tropes. Its plot's not a way to tell a really well-written opus. It's not even just basically a playable version of a TV show, or even something entertaining to see unfold. It's just a means to meet new characters, get from one place to another, lore dumps, experience the most annoying dialogue, and then set up the next chapter. There's some moments where it's trying to be emotional, but it's not really well deserved. The plot is just to continue the not really interesting gameplay, not to tell this grand story. Now, there's some great games where the story isn't really a masterpiece, but if it has strong and likable characters, or just ones that are interesting, that can be good enough. A good example of this is the Gravity Rush games. They're not bad stories by any means, but they fall more into episodic.
I heard this game was pretty good back in the day. I think it came out back in 08 or 09, probably 2010. I think it was like late 2000s, early 2010s, I think. It got a lot of... I'm surprised there hasn't been like a sequel or... I think there was a sequel. I think there was one or two. But I'm surprised it never got like a remaster or anything. People really like this game with its gravity mechanic or whatever the fuck you were supposed to do in this game. I never played it, and it had that cel-shaded anime look, so I'm kind of surprised that no one never asked for like a remaster of this game or a sequel or a prequel or something. Kind of crazy.
Situations.
And I think this was like PlayStation exclusive at the time, so
it can serve the gameplay, but the characters by themselves can be really entertaining, so it makes the plot more enjoyable. Even though all the characters are visually interesting, but as written characters, Genshin takes simple to a whole new level. They're all flat and generic, that it feels like the personalities are just TV trope pages. All the voice actors do a good job, but what they read is the most stale, done-to-death anime dialogue. It's like a Fire Emblem or Tales game, but less charming and even cringier. You could say that those games also have characters that are just their tropes, but they give time to show their characters to develop and change, like a story's supposed to. In Genshin Impact, when you're finally able to play the story, it's just a group of cardboard cutouts playing an anime edition of D&D, and the board master is a giant slot machine. There's also lore, which people seem to get really into. And listen, I'm not one of those guys who gets really into lore. I might get some people upset with this, but lore is only cool when the story's actually interesting. And though Genshin Impact's lore...
I kind of wanted to play it. Is it for PC? I'll play on PC. Maybe I might get it on PC. Maybe it's on... I doubt it's been on Steam, but let's see. I doubt it's on Steam, but if it is, that'd be kind of cool.
Is okay. The style of the cutscenes they show it in are pretty nice looking. but it's just very generically fantasy.
But thank you
the
for
lack
letting me
of a
know on
fun
that.
main
I
story
appreciate it with their
makes
shout,
it that the
so.
lore is not really worth going into. There are way more chapters and stories that were patched in, so maybe the plot and characters got a lot better. How long does it take to see it all? Jeez, yeah, I think I've had
Retroclose says
enough.
I feel like most of these
just
games are
one
on
more
PC.
thing. This game actually
I
has
feel like that
online
too.
co-op, which you're able to play with 4
Jernay
players.
says hello.
It's not something I was expecting to be in the
Hello.
game, but hey, it's technically an online game. And it does make the experience way more entertaining. It isn't perfect by any means. You lose your
Retroclose
ability
says
to
it
do
mono,
certain
mono,
actions
hi,
in the
mono.
game, including that able to activate the waypoints that extend the map, but normal waypoints are fine. So what gives?
Jernay says
Also,
it
when I'm
Retroclose
recording this,
dry.
there's no PvP mode, which is like a no-brainer for this game. The multiplayer is something that still needs to be updated, but right now it's still a fun addition to an overall soulless experience. And that was Genshin Impact. And was it the worst game ever?
No.
No, there were some genuinely good parts about it, mostly with the music, but playing with co-op, I
Jernay
think, had a
says
good
it bright
time with
Retroclose
it.
high.
I understand why this game gets so many awards. The fact they compared it to mostly console games instead of most of the junk you see on your phone is impressive, and you can tell that there's a lot of hard work from the developers, to the point where the game's director and CEO of Hoyoverse started crying at an event because people were negative towards the game, which makes the gacha mechanics far more jarring. From the outside, Genshin Impact's inspired by Breath of the Wild, but when actually playing it, you can see it doesn't take its main core of freedom to make every playthrough unique. Genshin's core is to make people spend more money, which sadly has worked on many people, but for me, tied with the non-fun combat and how much of a time waster it is, just put me off. This isn't a bad game, but a boring, generic, and a pretty predatory one, and that's not taking the fanbase into account. I'm gonna say D tier.
Okay.
Well, I guess the world is back to normal, which is nice, and I think getting my aggression out on a Chinese gacha game really
Okay,
helped.
we got the point. Okay, so as I'm working, I got like an hour left. So the people who make Repo has just posted a video no more than 9 hours ago. So we're gonna check out what's the devlog on that, because that's very important to know. They said they're gonna change overcharge for those who have played Repo or are familiar with the game. I suggest some of you who are actually playing this game should listen to this, because it might change some gameplay mechanics or may not. Or they might justify why they did what they did, or a case may be. So let's see what this is about.
What happened?
You, my friend, have been in a medically induced coma.
Why do you sound like me?
Because I am you.
That's so stupid, because now people think it's official Reaper lore that semibots are human consciousness.
But it was your idea.
Well, look at that. Isn't that the ice cream truck? So magnificent. Okay, guys, let's pick up where we left off. Huh?
The open beta has been unleashed upon the world, and it's been so fun to see you guys interact with all the new stuff we've added. And I've also actually played with a lot of you guys incognito, in secret, through the random matchmaking in the servers, and I've been asking some questions and finding out what you guys find fun and stuff like that. How pro are you guys?
We're like very pro.
Yeah, we have like 100,000 hours on this game already.
Oh,
Yeah.
100,000 hours?
Impressive.
100,000 hours? Hell no. maybe 100 hours probably, but not 100,000. What the fuck? That's a big bro. This game has been out for like about a month. There's no way.
Yeah.
So that's been quite fun to do. And as always, we've also heard your feedback, and one of the upcoming changes will be affecting overcharge, or rather when you will get affected with overcharge. As our end
What?
goal is to make Repo enjoyable on all levels and for all players, regardless if you're meeting your demise at level 4 or at level 75, we've decided to shake things up a bit. We are going to implement a system that makes the game harder every 10th level. So for example, if you're below...
We can't, me and my team can't get past 10! Every time we get by 10, some bullshit happens! And I'm not saying like, oh, we can't do it because some monster. It's not that. It's just perfect timing situations that happen like yesterday. Oh my god. Perfect moment for the computer to fuck with me is when I did not know this is my problem. I press F9 on my computer. I keyboard bind that to my recording system on OBS. When I was streaming, I accidentally pressed F9, and then when I clicked that, without knowing, I was streaming and recording at the same time. And because that was happening, the computer popped up with something while I was playing with Mike on level, I think it was on level 9. And we was about to finish. We was at the end. We just had to go to the last and final goal. As we're going there, Mike took the, I think he took the cart with him. And as I was going with him, or following him, my computer popped up with saying, disk space, insignificant amounts of memory, no more space, or some shit. I was like, what the fuck? So I went to go check. As I'm checking, I hear that. I was like, oh shit. So I went back as fast as possible. And not only that I hear the headless man coming my way, but also, heading on to my way. The thing is, the gnomes popped up at the same exact time. And at the time, I had high strength. I had level 13 strength. So I can take on any monster, virtually any monster at the moment. Now, what went wrong was, at the time when I was being attacked, I had 50 stamina. So I was able to run down at least a good block away, but he was able to catch up because he was chasing me. But while he was chasing me, you know how the game likes to send more than one gnome? It wasn't like 5, it was like 7 or 12 of them. For some odd reason, they sent a bunch on me at that time in a room where there's a moat. Several little moats. So when he was attacking me, I had, 160 or 170 life? So his bites are like 50. So when he bit me the first time, I was like, oh shit. So this was the time I actually was going to experiment at this moment to fight him, because I didn't have enough stamina to run away. So I had no choice but to fight. As I'm fighting him, the little fucking gnomes kept on appearing, attacking me, whittling down my health. As I'm trying to get rid of them, he's trying to bite me. So I grab him, push him in said moat, the green acidy moat thing at the castle. It doesn't kill him right away like the robe or the baby or even the alien or any of them. It literally hurts him. It does not kill him automatically. So when I was like, oh shit, he started biting me and biting. I was like, oh fuck. I was getting rid of the gnomes at the same time. Still couldn't run away because I was still waiting on my stamina to go up. And then I got destroyed. Lost everything after that. That shit pissed me off. I was so angry. So fucking angry. And I think they killed Mike right after that. I was like, bro, I should have just restarted the stream. I should have just restarted the game. But I didn't, because my fucking ego got the best of me. Ah!
Level 10, there won't be any overcharge. But as you become more powerful and climb your way through the levels, you'll need more challenge. And that's when overcharge will kick in. And the same goes with level 20, 30, and so on. Things will get spicier as you progress. And this system is not just something random that we just came up with, but it got perfectly tied to overcharge and how to tackle that. So this will be a system that will be also tied to lore. It won't be just a gimmick for no reason. There will be something attached to this, and we will share more details in the future. And this is just one example of feedback that we're taking into account. So keep on playing and keep on providing us with feedback on the official repo Discord. You can find a link down below. It is super valuable for us, and I've said this so many times, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I truly mean it when I say we are creating this game together with you guys. We are improving the game together with you guys, and your help really, really, really helps.
Ooh, I have some feedback for you.
Alright, let's hear it.
It's just that I think you're a little bit ugly or something.
Okay, but do you have any other feedback?
It's just that you're really ugly for me. I really don't like you.
I mean, feedback on the game.
Ah, you should have said that from the start, dude.
Welcome to the internet. There's a lot of people like this. Very stupid. Very incredibly stupid. Only an idiot talks like this. There's a lot of them. They come in my stream a lot. They arrive in my stream a lot, and they ask very generic, stupid shit like this, or say stuff like this. They are very dense, and majority of them are probably children. I'm just gonna be honest.
I thought I was pretty clear.
Alright. So when will semi-work publicly address the physical appearance thing you got going here? It impacts the development of the game. Really.
Excuse me? What? Wait, I want to hear that again. What?
Right. So when will semi-work publicly address the physical appearance?
Clear.
Alright. So when will semi-work publicly address the physical appearance thing you got going here? It impacts the development of the game. Really bad.
How does that make sense?
Who's ugly now? Ugly. What is that? Ugly. See you guys next week. Ugly.
My question is, when are you gonna add more monsters to the game? That's my question. That's the only thing I have as a question. Are you gonna add more monsters? Are you gonna have variants of monsters? That might save a lot of time. You have variants of them, but then again, it's like, that makes me wonder. So pretty much, he just told us a bunch of, I don't want to say nothing, but he said something, but a lot of nothing at the same time. Let me see. What's another one? Oh my god, yes! Yes! We need walkie-talkies just like in Lethal. We need walkie-talkies. Oh my god. We need walkie-talkies. That would save so much headache. Let me see. Tasha's getting a skin in Marvels. Alien Rogue, can't show that one. Let me see here. Is that real? Okay, let me see. Delusion, most embarrassing wannabe. Ooh, this is interesting. I don't know what this is, but I kind of want to hear this. I know this is not really something we also watch, but just vibe with me with this.
Plenty of people would argue that being a gangster in 2025 is already not a good look. However, others have compassion and realize that these people are often products of their environment and are indoctrinated into a cycle that they can't always escape when everything around them is pushing them to act up and act out. But one byproduct of that culture no one feels any sympathy for is the wannabe gangster. If you've been lucky enough to escape that kind of lifestyle and still choose to emulate it, then you deserve to be clowned to the fullest extent. And when you couple that with some
you're that dude
like this guy has, it's basically impossible to feel the slightest hint of sympathy for the predicament he's now found himself in. Now, it looks like he might have taken his gangster fantasy too far online, to the point where real consequences and real prison time are just around the corner. It's your boy Luesta, and this is the fall of TikTok's most embarrassing wannabe gangster. In case you don't know, Josiah Cain de la Fuente is a young man from San Antonio, Texas. Now into his 20s, he is still only 5'1" and 120 pounds. So he doesn't exactly got the build you'd be looking for as a gangbanger. At that weight, he struggled from the recoil of a Nerf gun. So how is he meant to spin the block? The reason anyone even knows who this individual is comes from the same source as many irritating and basically untalented individuals, TikTok. His content journey began in 2023 when he emerged onto the platform rocking the Edgar look, a common method for Hispanic kids to engage in thirst trapping online. Here's basically what he did.
If you were mine, you would not get the same. If you were mine, you would top everything.
And if you've seen any of his videos, you've seen them all. However, long before he became associated with pretending to be a member of a violent street gang, he was already having aspects of his image called into question. As it came to prominence, he was initially accused of copying another TikToker by the name of Ricky, whose style he seemed to have stolen entirely.
And then you got the same exact, what is it, the letters?
This dude literally copied and pasted. Oh my god, dude. What? Bro, you copied and pasted, dude. Oh shit.
Brightroclose says breathe teach lol.
Bro, he copied and pasted. It doesn't even look kind of similar. They are the same. Bro, it's equivalent to when people cosplay as Moist Critical. The t-shirt, the hat, like literally the long hair, like Jesus Christ. It's like when people literally cosplay as Charlie. Like what the
Right here, what do you have right there on your cheek?
This is Korean.
Oh, and his is Chinese. Yours is different. Okay.
You act like people don't get tattoos on the sideburns right here.
Okay, my fault.
I didn't know you created that. That's cute.
What, let me see, what does it say on your knuckles? What does it say, West? Ricky isn't it crazy how Ricky has the same exact west side, like west right there?
Chat, this is why he thinks I'm not being honest, because his head is so inflated. He thinks that he's so up here that when I be honest, you think I'm lying because you're so up here with it.
As they encountered one another on live, he even challenged him to a boxing match.
Wait. Why be at a boxing match? Why not street rap? Why don't you guys rap? See who's the ain't that the whole point? Aren't you a rapper? Ain't that your whole shtick? Don't you just battle rap? Right? Ain't that what we do? Don't we battle rap? No? Okay. I guess fuck.
Who's they?
Brightroclose says rap battle.
Just rap battle. Just rap battle. I don't see the problem.
So come on. I'll put 5 bands on it. Let's do a boxing.
I don't care about the money.
You don't care about the money?
I don't care about money.
I'll fly you out to me. He's on house arrest. Because I'm your daddy.
I'm on house arrest. You gotta come to me.
I'm gonna have to beat you up in your own crib.
Despite his belief that he clearly looked good enough for it to merit sharing online, DK found himself getting widely mocked for his aesthetic. He low-key looks like a TikTok snap filter. His eyebrows and mustache look like Sharpies. Still,
oh my god, his mustache looked like Sharpie.
His way, his follower count kept shooting up. And whether or not people were there to laugh at him or admire him, those views, as well as the donations he received on his live streams, all hit the same. Another aspect of his early online persona which raised eyebrows, no pun intended, was his tendency to tap into a zesty lane.
Oh, he's finally coming out. Who got lashes on? Hell, I don't rock his world like that. And what? Has a whole drawer of caterpillars. He's like, let me throw these on today.
Alongside describing himself as sparkly, DK was also accused of using makeup on his mustache, an allegation which he eventually leaned into for laughs.
DK makeup finally coming off?
Bro, what?
Look, he has to make sure real quick.
Yeah, let me make sure my makeup good.
Let him make sure his makeup not melting off real quick.
At this stage in the game, DK was essentially a harmless source of hilarity. It was hard to dislike him for pursuing fame like everyone else. In fact, if anything, people felt sorry for him as he was always the butt of the joke. However, things took a darker turn when he began to add a new aspect to his persona. And suddenly, all that goodwill evaporated in favor of distaste for everything he was trying to portray. Although he hails from Texas, DK is very cagey about his actual origins, particularly when it comes to his ethnicity. At every turn, he struggles to give a straight answer.
Where are you from, bro?
I'm from Salvador, but I grew up in San Antonio, so Texas basically.
Oh, okay. Because they were talking about, like, in the comments, they were like, he's Mexican. You ain't Mexican? Like, at all?
No, yeah.
So, like, you, like, kind of mixed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But you're Salvadoran, though. That's what you identify.
And when he opened up about things like this, people didn't believe a word that came out of his mouth. This dude has middle school liar vibes. Bro, his IQ is tattooed on his forehead. But
Bro, are you serious? That is mean. That is fucking mean. Bro, that is fucking mean. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? What the fuck? His IQ is tattooed on his forehead.
Bright Close says that's rough, buddy.
Oh my god.
his inability to answer questions isn't a lack of confidence. Because when discussing Texas, he acts like he is the ruler of the state when it comes to social media personalities.
Would you say that you're the king of San Antonio? When it comes to, like, you know what I'm saying, influencer stuff and, like...
influencer stuff?
Like the clout.
Oh, yeah.
You definitely the king of the clout stuff?
San Antonio?
Yeah.
Like, influencer, like, social media?
Bro is not even making eye contact. He just stared at the camera, I think. He's not even, like, turning to him. He's just like, like a Napoleon Dynamite. You know, like the brother, they're kind of like they're like off-putting. He has this off-putting persona sitting in this chair with this dude. You know, the dude's like turning to him, showing he's interested, at least trying to hold conversation. This dude just sitting straight. Hard lines, straight face, gun in my waist.
What about Texas?
I would say that. I mean, Texas.
I feel like Texas.
Social media.
As for his financial situation, DK claims he's making bank via his lives,
says
but
LMAO.
was once very reluctant to give details.
I guess I should just ask you, like, what's the most you've ever made, like, in a single day off of TikTok Live?
See, I'm the type of person. I don't really like people in my business.
You don't want the pocket watching.
Yeah, but I'll just say, like, I'm doing very good for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never used to have chains like this, or like real VVs. I never used to have a car. Now I'm driving in a scat pack, so I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying?
How the fuck you fuckers get this type of TikTok money, but I'm struggling? How? What the fuck?
I mean, it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Yet, while all of this makes him look sketchy and ensures it's hard to take anything he says at face value, the real problems began when he started to portray himself as a gangster. Namely, getting 13 tatted on his forehead, and another huge one on the back of his neck. For someone
MS. Okay, MS. Okay.
who is El Salvadorian as he claims to be, that only truly means one thing, and that is a tie to a vicious street gang by the name of MS-13. And in case you don't know, induction into the crew requires literally killing someone. Much of the gang ranks is currently held in Secot, which is El Salvador's current confinement center, and it's truly the last place you'd want to wind up. But in 2022, the government declared that the prison's mission was as simple as possible. Spearheaded by President Nayib Bukele, the mega prison has made El Salvador the country with the highest incarceration rate in the world at 2%.
Right.
Because of the consequences that come with pretending to be in their ranks, fellow TikTok streamer and former friend Laylo Gonbrazy felt he should undergo the laser procedure to get it removed.
Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know what's the point of, like, pretending, because when you start pretending and doing this type of shit, it will catch up with you, because you're going to run into someone who's probably part of that life, and they're going to try vet you. It's like, okay, doing that is equivalent of trying to pretend that you're a U.S. soldier when you've never been in the Army or in the Marines or any branch whatsoever. Because when you run into someone who's into that shit or been part of that lifestyle or chose that type of life for themselves to be a U.S. Army vet in some shape or form, and you start talking crazy shit as if you was there, they're going to question and put you on blast real fast. And I think it's actually illegal to do something like that, I think. I'm not totally sure. Like, I don't think it's like equivalent of saying you're a doctor, but I don't think it's frowned upon very much so. I don't know if it's illegal, but then again, it is fucked up because, like, it gives...
Close says, yeah, they call it G-checking.
Yeah, that's just crazy. That shit is crazy. Don't do that. You're going to get yourself hurt. You're going to get yourself probably even killed. Don't do this. Don't do this. I understand that might be look glorified to you to a degree where that looks cool or you get respect or what case may be, but you have to understand there's a reason why you're not part of that. Most of these people are not doing it because they want to. They just happen to fall into that lifestyle because of what families, economic or whatever situation they're in. They didn't really chose that. That kind of happened to them. So when you try to pretend to do this shit, it's gonna catch up with you and it's gonna put you in a situation where you're gonna get hurt or even maimed or even worse. Don't do this. Be yourself. Even if you're nerdy, anything, be a nerd. It's fine. It's fine. But don't do this. I'm dead serious. We have 3 people on TikTok. We have 5 on YouTube, and I don't know how many people on Twitch. So.
DK, I promise you, DK. I'm not saying this in a bad way. You are not a member. Bro, honestly.
Bright Roclo says you can also get people around you hurt too.
Yep, you can get other friends caught up for no reason.
Bro, I'm trying to put you on the right path, bro. I'm not hating on you, but like, bro, I'm telling you this real, bro. Like, bro, you know that tattoos are always gonna raise a lot of, bro. That's the first thing that's gonna raise questions about you. I'm gonna suggest one good thing to you, not in a bad way, but we already seen how you got pressed, right?
Hey, son.
You're not from the set, even though you're from El Salvador, doesn't mean you're from the lands from out there.
But initially, D-Kane, who even speaks Spanish, refused to back down. Even the threat of getting sent to the gang unit wasn't enough to scare him. And that's not even mentioning the fact that if he ever stepped foot in El Salvador, his supposed ties to the gang would land him straight.
I tell you something, like most of these influencers have this Johnny Somali type attitude / brazen unknowingness situation. Like they just don't give a fuck, or they really don't understand. They have never really experienced any real horrible consequences. I don't know what is going on, but it seems like it's been happening frequently more than often. Like people going to other countries and being an asshole, and then this weird mentality is going to get people harmed. And what's worse, it's being broadcasted to the internet, so young kids who are watching this will be impressed by this and think they can do it too, like the Jack Kirbys, the Johnny Salamis, the Logan Pauls. Like, it's dangerous. This is a dangerous thing to do. Don't do this. Don't do that. Be yourself. You know, I understand that you want to be a certain way, and I get that, but do your research, or it case may be, but don't just off-cuff say crazy things, because that can get you harmed.
Right in that infamous maximum security prison. Despite these claims, he seems to be bewildered by exactly what he's supposed to be repping, and was clowned for it during another stream with Lalo.
For San Antonio? Okay, what's right here on the side? Like, what's going down right here? Chris? I don't know, bro. I can't read it, but you gotta tell me, bro. Like, I don't do sign language, bro. It's Korean. It says blessed in Korean. I swear this is Korean barbecue. What you got right here? Money sign. How you gonna get something you don't make? Oh, hell no. So what about the one in the middle? You already know what that one's for, lover. What is that? What's it even say? You know how to count? It says 13, but what is that for? You know what it is, lover. I'm from Salvador. You know what it is, lover. I mean, I don't know. You ain't no member. And you is? No, I didn't bring to me. What's the other one on this side?
Bro. Bro got him. He's like, what do you remember? He's like, I don't do any of that shit, though.
Understandably, this only led to further clowning. Dude, that kid is trying so hard to be hard, dog. Bro got a 13 in between his eyebrows with stars, and the recipe for Korean barbecue. He got the number 13 for MS-13, but yet got a 5-point star, which I believe stands for Latin Kings. These combative live streams are an extended online narrative between the two, where they traded insults and threats online. And in almost all of the exchanges, it's Lalo who came up on top.
If I seen Lalo face to face, I'm gonna go like this, right? What you say? Like what?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is why the internet should not be for everyone. I think the internet should be $5 a minute. I'm dead serious. I know that sounds fucked up, even for myself, but like, Jesus Christ, not everyone deserves to have a voice on the fucking internet. Because motherfuckers like this.
Hey, bro, thought he was the Flash.
Oh,
and then what am I gonna do? Tasty ass little hit. It's gonna squish you like a can, pick you up, put you in my pocket, and walk outside. Yeah. That's Roger.
Oh, bro, no.
Look, that's what you're hanging with.
Oh my god.
Considering he existed in the TikTok sphere, D-Kane probably felt a lack of concern over making the claims about his gang ties. But that went south when a true affiliate made his way into his online world to check him. During a live stream, D-Kane was quickly exposed when he was actively pressed by a legitimate gangster in the form of Lefty Gunplay from Baldwin Park. After he asked him to formally claim a set once and for all, D-Kane relented and admitted he wasn't really about that life.
Where you from? Why you asking where I'm from? Yeah, where you from? What gang? Where at? What city? I'm from Salvador. You from El Salvador? Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. What gang are you from? We're not doing this on TikTok. God, bang your shit. We're not doing this on TikTok. I'm from King Chopper right there. That shit. Baldwin Park. Where are you from? I'm a good boy. You're gay. That's just
Oh shit.
He said you ain't banging your shit, so he kind of feels like, damn. He said you ain't banging your shit, so it's like, hey, I'm trying to get to know you, dog. The first thing I'm gonna do is like, where you from?
Edgar with the face tats isn't about that life. He tries to look the part, but when pressed, he becomes softer than a marshmallow. Nah, for real. Since then, he's proven recurrently that he's not truly a gangster. In one infamous viral video, he had his chain stolen and was incapable of doing anything about it.
Don't do this, bro.
I'll give you a reason to call security. Go ahead, call right now. Right now, nigga, call security. Call security right fucking now, nigga. I didn't say talk. You bro, did something already. Nigga, stop waiting for you to hit. I'm gonna give you a reason for me, nigga. Nigga, I'm gonna anchor you on the street. That fucking walk out before it's give me my chain, bro. Hurry up, give me my chain. Nigga, unless you wanna do a monkey, we ain't gonna fuck if you wanna anchor me, nigga.
Yeah, this is not a good idea. This is not a good look.
But in typical fashion, he spun the story as though he'd emerged on top.
I know you're not asking me about what happened at the mall.
What was that about?
I literally just explained the whole story.
Were they all like versus you, or you had some homies with you?
Nah, it was 5 of us and 2 of them.
Fool, why didn't your homies do nothing?
Yeah.
We literally did. We literally chased them out the mall and made them get my chain back.
Yeah, I seen that. I'm like, bro, no way. I thought it was everyone versus you, fool. I'm like, why is this boy riding solo?
No, never that.
Aside from that, he seems to be in a constant state of turmoil, which generally just prompts a whole lot of mocking.
Baby mama left me. I was at the car dealership yesterday and I didn't get approved for the car. He was laughing.
Oh God.
It's because you're a little kid. How are you expecting to get approved for an AMG when you're a little kid? You gotta be a grown-ass man like me, collect. That's definitely not why. Anyways, if he's gonna let me explain the situation, like I was saying, I've been going through so many things lately. My baby mama left me. I was at the car dealership trying to get a car, and I didn't get approved because
And for D-Kane, crossing that ex-girlfriend was the worst thing he could have ever done. Because not only does he now have to carry around the stigma of being an online gangbanger with no real street ties, but also a predator. As D-Kane's follower count expanded into the millions, some of the information about his mysterious life that
Wait a minute. Holy shit, I know who you are. This woman here. She's horrible. Wait. Oh, you're a clout demon. Oh God. If anyone's been on TikTok, you have run into this lady.
Right, says Ash.
I think that's her name, Ashley something. My God, she's a horrible person. She's a horrible mom. She has destroyed her daughter's lives. Oh my God, she's a terrible. You hang out? Oh no, I know you're a clout. Both of you now are clout demons. You are both clout demons. I know it. If he's hanging out with her and she's hanging out with him, these are horrible people.
Have suppressed began to come to light. Most notably, his apparent love of minors. Through a series of interviews by a content creator named Poncho, the uncomfortable truth about his love life, as well as other aspects of his real existence away from social media app, began to surface. First off, he was exposed by his ex as being a fraud with a false heritage.
He isn't Salvadorian, by the way.
And the worst thing, $10. Wow, that's making some bank. Look at you. The worst thing is when, this is why being a social media person, our personality, no matter what genre you're in, whether it's music, gaming, whatever, VTubing, don't matter. The worst thing is having a significant other who does not respect you, because if they don't respect you, they'll blow your shit up so fast. And quite frank, even if they're telling they can make up lies and people will run with that because you're the closest thing to them, right? So this is why being an influencer of status is very difficult when you try to have a love life, because when you try to have a love life, everyone is out the gun for your position, or depending on your status is. I'm saying if you're making like a lot of money, if you're really known, blah, 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 whether on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, whatever, you have to be very careful who you bring in your inner circle, because as soon as you do that and that person and you have a falling out or have some type of issue, it doesn't have to be a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It could be a friend. As soon as you have that falling out and there's something went left, it can destroy your whole situation. They can say, you know what, that person did X, Y, and Z. It don't have to be true. It doesn't have to actually be true. Just the fact that you know them personally than anyone else, they can say anything. And then you have to prove to the audience that you cultivated that this is not true or not. And even if you prove that you are 100% innocent, there will forever be a group or a sensitive group of people who are think you're guilty by default, even if you are proven that you did nothing wrong. There are just people who like the idea of chaos and want the idea of chaos happening to you or the people around you. So be very careful if you choose to take this type of life on. I'm not even talking about the rap thing. I'm talking about just being an influencer, a personality on the internet. If you choose to take this type of life on, be very aware that once you start pulling actual numbers, being seen and stuff, people are out to clout chase, gun for your situation, and make you look bad as best as possible, if possible. At first, they'll be nice to you and try to get what they can out of you out of niceness. But as soon as they think they can pull one over you, they will take it. It doesn't matter if you're a family, friend, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your dog, it could be the mailman, it could be your preacher, it could be any of them. Be very, 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 very cautious of who you bring in your inner circle when you get to this point.
That's a lie. He's Hispanic.
What is he?
He's from he's not Salvadorian.
What?
That third
What is he?
It's fake. He's Hispanic. He's Mexican. Retro Close says true.
Guatemala too.
His own grandpa snitched him out to me. I was like, yeah, he's Salvadorian. Like, where he comes, like that's where he comes from. He looks at me and he goes, no, he's not.
Okay. So then what do you feel about like the new girlfriend? Any words you want to give the new girlfriend on this call?
I just want to ask her, how does my purse feel? Like, girl, you're wearing my purse.
Wow.
You know how she hinted at him being interested in younger girls? Well, that doesn't stop there, as not only was she 16 when they got together, but he was also messaging high schoolers and asking for certain images.
Oh,
so basically,
God.
he cheated on you with other quinceañeras?
Yeah.
Other young girls? Younger than you, basically, allegedly?
Like a year or two.
I don't see, the thing I don't understand is why cheat while you are when you have fame? There's no reason to cheat when you have fame. Like when you have fame like that to the point where, you know, specifically if you're a dude and you have like ladies coming up to you and stuff like that, there's no reason for you to cheat. Just don't be in a relationship. Just don't be in a relationship. Just do your thing, but don't be in no damn relationship. Why are you in a relationship? It just makes no sense. And I get it. Everyone wants to be with someone. We all want someone in our life. I get that. But you have to be very aware. If you want to do your thing and you have some form of like status and people know you and stuff like that, don't be in a relationship if you can't handle that shit.
Retro Close says people want the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's crazy. That Hannah Montana shit. Don't do that. Just like, how much freedom it is for you to be like, I'm single, I can mingle, do whatever I want, I have money, I have status, and I can do with anyone or anything I want without reporting back to someone. Yes. That's the thing. It doesn't make any sense. Just be single. Because you're already acting single in the relationship.
Retro Close says they want the flings and want someone to come back home to.
Right? That is evil. That is crazy. That is crazy. A lot of young boys, like, listen, if you want to do that, you got to take a page from, like, certain celebrities who don't get caught up in this nonsense at all. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, don't follow these idiot rappers. They don't know what they're doing. They're usually young and stupid and have money and don't know what they're doing.
There's actually screenshots that I have when I was with him. I was laying next to him, and girls were arguing with me. And a freshman, that's a freshman.
Yeah.
That literally just became a freshman. And his 23-year-old ass was asking her for feet pictures. Yeah.
According to her, this was a pattern of behavior from DK, one which he seemed
Wait, if you're 23 and you have money, why are you talking to teenagers? Talk to, like, someone in your age range. You're 20. You're in your 20s. You're in your prime. Like, you're in your prime. Why are you not talking to girls like 21, 22, 23, 24? Shit, 25. You're 23. Why are you talking to teenagers? There's no point. That shit's gonna get you caught up anyway, so might as well just talk to someone your age. Talk to someone your age. What the fuck? And there's a lot of cute 20-something-year-olds. Why you're not talking to someone your age? The fuck?
Completely aware of throughout the course of their relationship.
Brightroplo says totally not incriminating.
Some girls sometimes
That's
like to
crazy.
lie. So was Mr. Confuso about your age?
No, that was never. People could
Why is
say
it
no.
every single YouTuber, content creator, once they get, like, famous, like, actually known, like, you know that person famous, or see them around type famous, they always in some fucking kitty scandal. Why? Talking to some stupid teenager. Stop talking to teenagers. Talk to someone your damn age. Fuck.
I literally was like, I literally asked him how old he was, and he was like, go look at my famous birthday. So I did, and then it said 20. I was like, you're 20. Oh, I was like, oh, I'm 16. He was like, okay, that doesn't matter.
What do you mean that doesn't matter? What the fuck? These people are stupid, yo.
So in other words, he pre-ordered you.
As the news began to spread,
pre-ordered?
his former allies turned against him. Soon, he was confronted by Lalo,
I've never
who
heard
chose
that
to
one
distance himself from him.
I thought he was a real member on the guys.
I don't take him serious.
Like, you don't even be banging for the set, bro. Like you into these young girls. Bro. Hey, DK. Word already went around town. Bro, you're done with. After today, everybody's gonna start unfollowing you. You're with 16-year-olds. You're Diddy. His ex was 16 as well. And DK is 23.
Notably, he didn't actually contest in any meaningful way, with his limited intellect making it impossible for him to formulate an excuse. What's worse
His limited
is he didn't
intellect.
even seem to notice that he was being set up for live streams that were basically just interrogations. Poncho brought up receipts, where he even masqueraded as a kid to try and gain their trust.
Because she ended up telling me, you know what I'm saying? Basically, she lied about what her real, was.
Her age. No, let's clear that up. You asked the girl for some bata pics, and she was 61 backwards. She sent me the video where she clicked on your Instagram and matched up to you, Labra. So that's one girl. Aside from that, another girl sent me a message that you guys had text messaging, right? And you told her you were 71 backwards. She clicked on your number. I do have your number, let's not say. And it matches to your number.
From there, he carried on with his expose, essentially pulling off his own To Catch a Predator stint.
I'm sorry. Does this dude, he said he makes music, right? Is he a rapper, right? So far, I have not heard anything about his music. All I just heard about his social media. He's a rapper, right? He's supposed to be a rapper. Or he's just a wannabe gangster. Is that what that is? I thought he was a rapper.
DK.
So this is where DK reaches out to the girl. The white toe is doing it for me. Vids of them need the vids right now. And then the girl said, just to prove it, his baby mama wasn't lying. He was desperate for those damn pata pics. Sheesh Louise. And then right here, she sent the screen recording so you guys know it's legit. Clicks on the profile. There you go. And then I asked if there was more. She said, I don't. This guy just reacted to my story out of nowhere. I didn't even know who he was at the time. I'm 61 backwards.
Brightroplo says no one not listening to that.
Messages of DK lying about his age. The girl told him that she was a quinceañera.
I have not listened to that shit. Brian spoken. I ain't listened to that shit.
So the girl who sent me those screenshots was allegedly his ex.
Brian spoken.
DK is a brr because I'm a freshman. DK told me he was 71 backwards and was fine to be with me, but we never became public about our relationship online because he didn't want to. I also have messages to prove that we were together in the past.
With allegations of this nature being regularly leveled at him, it'd be no surprise if his follower count had completely eroded. But if anything, it's been growing at a steady rate.
Yep, I knew it.
People valuing the ability to laugh at him more than the fact that they're gassing up a potential child abuser. And what's even worse is that this isn't the only reason people want nothing to do with him. Once you look into his legal troubles, you see that he's not just a fake wannabe gangster, but he's a coward who picks on people who can't even defend themselves.
Oh, like Jack Dorothy. Like Jack Dorothy like doing that stupid shit. He'll like to pick on people and he can have his bodyguards attack them for defending themselves or them he harassing them and shit.
For a long time now, DKane has been sporting an ankle monitor. And despite the fact that some people think he probably bought it off TikTok Shop, it's seemingly real.
Wait, no, you can't buy an ankle monitor on TikTok Shop. There's bullshit. Can you do that? Is that real? Is that a thing? That can't be a thing. Bullshit. That better not be a thing. I swear to God.
Assault cases, DKane has claimed he faces decades behind bars.
3 of them.
What?
Got dropped. I'm just down to 1 right now.
What?
You facing 20?
Yeah.
And you said they were all the same charge.
Well, it's 1 to 20.
Oh, 1 to 20.
That's what I meant. You know what I'm saying? Because all my 4 charges are the same. I don't know what I can say it on him.
Yeah.
Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
4 of those. So 1 to 20 years. The max is 20, right? 20, 40, 60, 80. But
okay, so you talking about just the max, and then you added them hold up.
All the while,
this bro sounds like he's just making shit up. Bro's just searching shit up. You're searching more. Okay.
Acts like a shot caller who has a henchman to do his bidding for him.
I don't need to do the fighting. If I get into a situation, I ain't gonna do the fighting. I ain't gonna be the one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get locked up. I'm the breadwinner.
Bright Close says yes,
You
law.
provide for your family?
Yeah.
Like for
Holy
everybody.
shit.
You stay with
Not everybody, because I don't.
That's a thing? Oh my God.
I'm saying with the people that you live with, though, like the people that you stay with. Because they were saying that you stay with your. Do you stay by yourself or you stay with your grandma? Or?
No, that's cap.
That was all cap?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
However, what he doesn't tell you about his aggravated assault charges is that 2 of them apparently stem from elder abuse.
Wait, bro, you beat up old people? Fuck you. Bro, you out here. You maiming the elderly? No, man. You can't be doing this. Bro, you can't be out here fucking with the elderly. You can buy what? Oh, shit. Both of them are right. Shit. This world is wild, man. What the fuck, bro? How did you get to watching a water beach? I don't know. Wait, I just saw it in my stream.
Bright says ain't no way.
I just saw it. I had to see it. It was too funny looking. And I was like, oh shit, this is funny.
Work alluding to his crimes. DKane has chosen to redact the details.
Bro's really out here maiming old people. That's crazy.
But his ex said he was arrested before for actually stabbing his own grandparents.
No!
Not only on females, he's on his grandparents actually too. His grandma. Yeah, those charges. He says, "Oh, look at my charges. 2 of those charges are from his grandma and his grandpa for him." Okay.
That's right. Just when you think this little guy can't be more disgusting, he does. As well as assaulting the people that he apparently lives with, he also has an alleged history of attacking his ex-girlfriend, while holding the previous incidents where they fought as leverage.
He was abusive to you, allegedly, on this account?
Yes. It got bad, but it wasn't like, oh, I was letting him be. I was also, being defensive.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna let no man beat me. But yes, it got to the point where we got in this one big argument and he got mad. He actually broke my pink phone. The pink phone that his whole audio thingy, he broke that. 2, because he got caught cheating. And then 2, we got into this argument. I literally pushed him not too hard. Like, bro, you're a midget. You can go flying. But I didn't push him that hard.
Yeah.
Turn around. I'm standing up by the couch and he turns around, he looks at me. And he literally slaps me so hard. He starts laughing. And
dang. Like we're talking about.
Yes, like one of those competitive
slaps. We can say that now. Give me a competitive slap. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that domestic violence is okay. I'm just saying it was funny how she said it. We can now say a competitive slap. Never thought I could hear such things in my entire life. Holy shit.
Bright says stop him.
Stop him. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. That's not funny, but Jesus Christ, that's funny. That is funny to a degree. She said competitive slap. We can say that and know what that means now. What the fuck? We are cooked. We're cooked. We are so cooked.
He'd be like, ah, ha, ha, like, you're funny, like, I could do it again, I can do it again, I wish I did it even harder. So from there, he was like, don't make you, like, anytime we got into an altercation, he'll be like, don't make me do how I did last time.
Still, with everything he's done, people remain on his side and give him the time of day. And after making his name in Texas, D-Kane reportedly plans to move out west. And while his infamous 13 tattoo might put him in jeopardy upon arrival in Cali, he typically insisted he's not.
Bro's going to California. Man, this man is not, yeah, his IQ is tattooed on his face. This bro's going to west? You going to west? You going to California? Where that shit is pretty oh my god. Yo, I would never want to move to no fucking California. You know how horrible California is? It's the Wild West over there, bro. It is the Wild West. It's like as bad as Detroit or like Washington, bro, like DC. What the fuck? What are you guys doing? Why? Bro, why? You have money. You don't have the. Oh my god. Oh my fucking. What pisses me off is like, how are these people getting money? How are these people? How are you getting money? How you stupid people getting money? Like stupid people. Oh my god! Like shit.
Worried.
I'll just fly to LA and we could all, like the people I know, you know what I'm saying? We could all just. We've already talked about it before, like me, Alan, Edwin, like Edwin RG, all of us. Already
on fire, yeah.
On rent,
that's crazy.
In LA, so so I have a lot of opportunities. I'm probably not gonna stay in San Antonio, but for right now, I'm staying in San Antonio because I'm just still figuring things out. Because they just recently, you know what I'm saying, let me off house arrest and all that. So. Yeah.
But others aren't.
So wait, how do you make your money? You just like post like wannabe gangsta videos on TikTok? You're not a rapper. I don't think he raps. So if you're not a rapper, because they didn't mention anything him rapping at all. So if you're not a rapper, how do you make your money? You're just like, what, are you doing crypto? You're probably doing crypto. It must be crypto stuff somewhere down the line. Like, I'm pretty sure he's doing like the TikTok stuff, but he's probably investing like in crypto shit. Maybe. He probably has advisors and some shit like that. Yes, it is ridiculous. It's funny. You're like, California at this point is like a third world country. You're paying premium prices at third world country experiences.
Vince, Lil Bro gonna learn the hard way. I'm more worried about him walking into traffic. However, D-Kane's plans to head out there and link up with like-minded individuals like Adam22.
Oh, not him. Oh, fuck, not Adam22.
On hold, following some new legal problems that might have him residing in Texas for the foreseeable future. D-Kane's latest arrest comes from a dispute at a restaurant in January of this year. For some reason, he was found to be carrying a switch at a Rainforest Cafe alongside fellow TikToker Ash Trevino. And when they weren't allowed in, he brandished it at the staff. Because he's a felon, being caught with a firearm like that carries a potential heavy sentence. And he was initially denied a reduction of his $860,000 bond before being released in March. And straight away, he was right back on social media, regaining the persona that he probably dropped the minute he was in the jail itself. 23 hours in the cell, only 1 hour out a day. No more free D-Kane. I'm back and on everyone's noodle top.
First day out or what?
Noodle top?
You're looking crazy, dog. You look like you,
oh,
bro.
God.
Come on, take a seat, bro. So what we getting today, gang? You got your neck water or what?
But maybe he had some kind of wake-up call from his
I would hate to live this life.
At the moment, he is backpedaling about the meaning behind his apparent gang tattoos.
What's the 13 on your forehead mean and on the back of your neck? It don't have the same meaning as it used to. To me, it really don't mean nothing. I could put it like this. It had a meaning when I first had got it, and then I guess you could say the meaning changed, because I'm really on some spread positivity and shit like that. I mean, my gang members.
He's on his Jesus pieces. Bro, realize, shit, I'm on that Johnny Somali shit. People, I can actually be touched. I can get touched. It's like, I'm tangible. I am tangible. Oh, no. So I'm going to be on my Jesus pieces. I'm going to send nothing but love and positivity. But that same love and positivity I was not fucking with when I was being a wannabe gangster. Oh, my God.
Alphabet. And I'm from Marbach and shit.
Maybe now that he's really facing prison time, he's realizing that ending up in the gang unit isn't as exciting as he used to think. Even after everything he's done, D-Kane still splits people. Some want to see him finally get what he deserves, while others are still out here rooting for a fake gangster with some serious accusations. I cannot stand him. I think I dislike him the most out of anyone. Cringiest dude. He's beyond disgusting. It needs to be humbled, for real. The fact that you are talking about D-Kane without anybody asking is funny. That just shows how you are either jealous of him or just obsessed. Now, 3 years into his viral fame, he still refuses to grow up. And if anything, he's regressing. At whatever age he is, D-Kane is getting into physical altercations with girls in clubs and losing.
Ooh. Bro, you're losing? Oh, that's not good. Bro, that's not,
Oh, that was a nigga that was fighting.
And as one revenue stream in his TikTok lives probably begins to dry up.
Do you see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Do you see what I'm talking, guys? Do you see what I'm talking about? You see what people give money for something much less compared to what I do? They'll ask me, can you draw some stupid Gojo, a Ninja Turtle, fucking Transformer, some stupid shit? And then I said, oh, just drop a GIF. They won't do it. Never mind, bro. But they'll come to this moron and give him thousands of dollars of doing absolutely nothing look like a meme. My God, this shit is stupid.
He is threatening to diversify into hip-hop. And in all honesty,
now he's getting to be a rapper. He's now becoming a rapper. Oh, great.
Marketplace for someone whose primary talent is masquerading as a gangster. Even D-Kane himself seems to infer that talent wasn't part of the equation, just the ability to be engaging.
Y'all rap, it just depends. Like
It depends on rapper.
I don't know though.
He was like a D-Baby. He was like, let's hop in the mood. Yeah, like a feature.
But I feel like I gotta it gotta be.
Retro says so he wasn't doing that before.
Nope. I thought he was doing that before. I was under the impression he was like some weird SoundCloud, TikTok, up-emerging type rapper who got into the whole gang. Kind of like what happened to 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? But he was kind of messing with gangsters to a degree where he was actually in cahoots with them to a degree. But this guy is just kind of on his own, right? So I thought he was a rapper, right? I thought he was some type of SoundCloud-esque type rapper when it first started. But no, he's now trying to get into hip-hop. So this is just... They said there's no talent in what he was doing, but the only talent I can see is that he somehow hold enough engagement long enough for this to last as long enough for someone to make a video on this. So that's a talent, I can say, to a degree. Like, from a scale 1 to 10, that's like a 2, but it is a talent nonetheless, because to hold that type of engagement for that long, for doing absolutely nothing, to be absolutely nothing, to have no real evidence of doing nothing, and still kind of hold an audience, that's impressive. That's impressive. I'll give it up to him on that one. Cause me, I have to do a bunch of things. I gotta draw, I gotta be engaging, I gotta talk, I gotta teach, I gotta, be funny, or at least be engaged in some form. Even if you don't find me funny, at least hold conversation. Engage, right? Make TikToks, make YouTube videos, make a YouTube video, like stream, blah blah blah. This dude's I don't even doing a percentage of what I do. But somehow he has a following enough to make millions, or at least thousands of dollars, to leave where he lives to go somewhere else in California, one of the most richest and most expensive states to live in, and most dangerous to. Premium prices at third world experiences. I don't know. And all he did is put a tattoo on his face. Make that make sense.
Potential and know how my voice would sound on a track.
Shit is stupid.
I'll be down for it though. So like, I have a few opportunities with that too already.
Oh yeah, you already got some stuff in the works?
I don't have no songs, but I have like
stuff in the works, like just talks.
Like people, you know what I'm saying?
You got stuff in the works, my bullshit.
You think you'll make it as a rapper? Like if you did it, you started
it? For sure, because it really, you know what I'm saying, all it comes down to is if you got a lot of stories to tell, if you've been through a lot of shit, you got a lot of stories to tell, you can put that in your rap, you know what I'm saying? People gonna rock with it because they see like, oh, he's a real, you know what I'm saying, he's a real, you know what I'm saying? So they gonna rock with it.
To put it bluntly, D-Kane is everything wrong with social media right
now.
Here is a guy with limited brain power and a lack of moral fiber, who has somehow managed to get an audience.
Yes.
All the while, pretending to be affiliated with a violent world.
Yes.
That would eat him alive if it got half the chance.
Yes.
And making light of the pain they've caused others by taking on their symbols. Now, people just need to stay strong and ignore him, so we can finally put an end to this alleged predator and elder abuser for good. Because honestly, the joke stopped being funny
Yo,
a long
he fucking up women, children, and the elderly. He got all the crimes on him.
time ago.
Yo, that's crazy. Let me draw a girl wrong. Have me draw a girl wrong. Bitches be up in here saying a bunch of shit to me. There'll be 100+ people up in this bitch saying, oh, but this man's putting his hands on the children, the women, and the elderly. Shit. And losing. That's crazy. Oh, bro. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop from here. We're continuing this tomorrow. Well, wait, will I be on tomorrow? Oh, there's a commission, so I have to finish it. So I'll be on tomorrow to finish this. It came out pretty good, but it's not...
Brightroclo says and losing is crazy lol.
Right? Right! But, like, the thing is here is, like, this is just for those who don't know, this is not the final thing. This is just a concept. It's just a concept. So I will use this as our base and then make whatever changes I need for the character, because Mora wanted me to make this character to be more like, it's like a, I wouldn't say Starscream, but it's a Starscream-esque type look character. So I will have to make some changes here and there. I will change the eyes. I feel like it looks too much like Metabots. I know. It looks like a Metabot. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's on that. It looks like a Metabot / Mega Man thing going on. But we will make changes to it. It looks too soft, so we will change. It will look more hard-edged. I'm gonna try my best to make it as hard-edged as possible, look like a Transformer, because that's the point of this. And then we will make. What's great about this is that it's just a PNG tuber, so we're not doing every intricate part separately. We're doing it as if we're doing a regular drawing with some color, and that's it. And then we copy and paste, slap it, and change one frame for the mouth open, mouth closed, and that's it. That's literally it. We're not doing a bunch of like leg layer, foot layer, knee layer, crotch layer, stomach layer, arm layer, elbow, half elbow, half arm, hand, eye. You know what I'm saying? Not everything is in their separate place. It's like literally me doing a regular drawing like you guys usually watch me do, and then we color it in and everything, and then we copy and paste, and we make like one frame adjustment with the mouth open, mouth closed, or maybe eyes closed, mouth open. Just 3 frames. The eyes open, like this one, eyes closed, and then mouth open, mouth closed. That's it. That's it. So we should be done by tomorrow, so we'll see. I was not going to stream tomorrow, but if I can get this done tomorrow, then yeah, or I'll hold it off till Tuesday or something. We'll see. If I'm on, I'm on. If not, wait till Tuesday. All right, with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for coming in. I hope you guys enjoyed this and had fun, having a good talk and all that great stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If so, if not, then I'll see you Tuesday on Disney.
Brightroclo says GN everyone.
All right, have a great night, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep safe. Love y'all. Thank you. But later, guys. Thank you, Bri. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mara. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Later, guys.